And a very good afternoon. Welcome to the 3rd of January 2022. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tí a ti láǹfààní àti dá sí ètò ti ọ̀sán yìí. A kí ọmọdé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mò ń kí àgbàlagbà. Mo kọ́kùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń kí ọkùnrin là ń kí obìnrin. A kí àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń kí Mùsùlùmí. Bá ṣe ń kí Mùsùlùmí náà là ń kí àwọn Kristẹni. I say good afternoon and welcome as we continue to give so many reasons to look into the future. My name is Olayomi Koiki. For the benefit of those that are watching us for the first time, the platform is KOIKIMEDIA. And we would like to say good afternoon, a very good evening, and welcome from wherever you're joining us. We've been on this conversation almost going to 2 years now, and that conversation continues. Fanfààní tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo ìgbà. It is because this is the best opportunity that we have as the Yoruba people. And what is the opportunity? Láti máa ṣàlàyé fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbogbo ara wa ìdí tí a ṣe láti kúrò nínú Nigeria as a country. Some say it is never going to be possible. Some say it will be possible, but what are the strategies and what do we need to do? Some say, Tabamashe, we have to be part of a political party for it to work. Some say it's going to be violent. Some say we don't have to go through the violent route. It can be done if we all pull our resources together and continue to demand one thing that we want out of Nigeria and a referendum. Some say we don't even need a referendum. We can do this without a referendum. But my belief is without a war, it's going to be very difficult to leave Nigeria. But we believe that with what we are doing and the war that is already unleashed on millions of Nigerians on a daily basis that do not even have a future anymore. Millions of Nigerians' future has been deprived from them. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ Nigerians lénìí tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ the 3rd of January 2022, their future has been deprived from them. And that is why they might be confused or asking the question, future wo lẹ́yìn tún sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀? Nítorí pé future kan la ti ń bá bọ̀ since we were being told of this independence in 1960. We've told about all the coup. We saw all the military take advantage on millions of Nigerians. We saw an average Nigeria from the southeast to the southwest to the middle belt made so much wealth out of Nigeria. And I'm talking about in millions of dollars. And the same people do not also want the breakup of Nigeria for their own selfish gain. And that is why we have become a threat to them. We have become the people that is now educating millions of Nigerians to look and ask the question, what does the future hold for me in Nigeria? Ǹjẹ́ mo ní future rárá nínú Nigeria? Like I always say, you don't necessarily have to agree with the breakup of Nigeria. Ẹ ní láti gbàgbọ́ pé ṣé lótìtọ́ ni ká pín kúrò nínú Nigeria. But the question I'm asking you now is, what does the future hold for you in Nigeria? Ǹjẹ́ o ní future rárá nínú Nigeria? Can you say that in another 30 years, adding to your age, including myself, I will be in my 70s. But my location is just different because I don't live in Nigeria. I am far away from Nigeria. But if you are the same age mate with me at the age of 40 plus, add another 30 years, that would give us maybe 7 more elections. What future do you think you can guarantee in Nigeria? Ǹjẹ́ future lè wà fún ẹ after 40, 30 years added to your age, and everybody can do the same thing? Mo ń bọ̀. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i, I say a very good afternoon and welcome.
Let's go. For the island of black, navy blue child. Yakama, 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 Yakama. That's it.
What future do we have? Some say we are just joking. You can't change anything in Nigeria. Leave it as it is. Really? Do you think that we should leave Nigeria as it is in the hands of those that have suppressed, marginalized, killed, and also make sure that Nigerians do not have future? Some say, ṣe báwọn Yorùbá tẹ̀ ń jà fún yẹn, ṣèbí wọ́n kíá, wọ́n gbọ́ náà. So kí lẹ wá ń ṣe wàhálà fún? Àwọn tẹ̀ ń torí ẹ̀ ṣe wàhálà. Ìyẹn kan tẹ̀ sọ nínú kọ́mẹ́ǹtì kan tí mo kà while I was watching my brother Mayegun yesterday. That òun ṣẹ̀dé láti Nigeria and he hasn't seen any difference. But the question is, ibi tí òun padà sí yẹn, ǹjẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n jàjà ìlú yẹn tó fi ní gbogbo ohun tó di pé òun náà padà síbẹ̀ nísìn, because that person is not living in Nigeria, he was just there for 2 weeks. Ṣé àwọn kan ló jà fún future yẹn ni? Àti pé ṣé wọ́n carry gbogbo èèyàn along? Àti pé ṣé gbogbo èèyàn agree sí wọn for the future tí ẹni yẹn wá ń jàǹfààní ẹ̀, just as millions of us are enjoying around the world today? Àwọn ọ̀gbọ́n ní ẹ̀ ń ṣe wàhálà ní kí ni gbogbo tẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn, ẹ má dára yín láàmú, àwọn tẹ́ ń torí ẹ̀jà gan wọ́n care. But the question is, ibi tẹ́yìn náà ń gbé nísìn, àwọn wo ni wọ́n jàjà yẹn? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n rò pé àwọn kan máa care tí wọ́n náà fi débẹ̀ nísìn tó fi ń gbádùn? Do you think that all this country that we are living, ǹjẹ́ rò pé gbogbo ibi tí gbogbo wa náà ń gbé outside that shit hole country you call Nigeria, wherever you are right now, ask yourself, ìdí tó ṣe ní peace of mind, do you think that everybody agreed as at the time they were fighting for the future of that country? As an example, I live in the United Kingdom. Do you think that everybody as at the time, àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kó rí future yẹn, just as we have it now in Nigeria, that millions of Nigerians do not want many Nigerians to have a future? So, what has it got to do with me? that if somebody criticizes us from Nigeria because they do not align and agree with us, because they cannot see that future that I can see. Oh, ìjà tí Ìgbòho ń jà, ìjà kí ló ń jà fún? Because Ìgbòho can see that future. That is why he's fighting for it. Ìjà tí Professor Banji Akintoye ń jà is because he can see that future, and that goes on and on and on to those that believe in that future. Kò ń ṣàwọn tí wọ́n believe in that future, and we should not condemn them because that is all they can see right now. But that does not mean that because nígbà pé kí ìtorí wo align pẹ̀lú wa and we just abandon the future. Because some of you want to abandon the future as well. Láwọn ti pọ̀jù jàre. Ìjà lénìí àrí solution sí kìnìkan àti ṣàdúrà àti protest àti rally ìjà lè bájọba jà, and you're almost now ready to abandon the future. Ǹjẹ́ future tí àwa ń láǹfààní ní outside Nigeria, do you think that everybody, as at the time they were asking for that future, wanted it as well? And what is the future we are talking about? Let me align my background so that we can see what I've got there by Winston Churchill. We're now talking about the future in our hands. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to those of you that have joined. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo wa. Our future is in our hands. Our lives are what we choose to make them. Do we want a nation that prosper, a nation that have dignity to human lives? Do we want a nation that have a better opportunity? Do we want a nation that can create opportunity? Do we want a nation that can make things work? As compared to a country that is a zoo that has made your life difficult because of some element of people that are now fighting us to say, no, you cannot change that future on behalf of those that are already locked in that location. What is the future? I have been out of country for almost 23 years. I can guarantee that I have a future where I live right now. Can you, as the age mate with me in Nigeria, say the same thing? Do you have a future? Some say, let's play politics. About play politics, about wọlé, àgbá wọn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, àgé wọn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, and do you think those that you want to gé sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, tẹ́ fẹ́ gbá sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, do you think they are stupid as well? Do you think they are dumb? Do you think that they don't understand that the future that you are trying to hijack from them, they want to retain that future to maintain it for the status quo? How do we get this future back? To take it back and make where it is. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ gba future yẹn kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n di future yẹn mú is why we are doing what we are doing. Go to every part of Nigeria, it is a total dead zone. Nothing is literally working apart from the mirage that is being presented to an average layman that thinks that if the governor fixed the road, the governor has done a good job for them. And that same road end up making death trap for them. Death trap. Are we really concerned to fight for this future, or are we also just fooling ourselves How many people wants to fight for that future? Do you think is everybody's going to fight for that future? Do you believe that everybody will agree with that future? I'm talking about the future. I am not talking about the future that we have presently. Because the future we have now has created genocide, crime against humanity, economic inflation, no education, no welfare, no good health care. The future that you have presently in Nigeria at the moment, the future that most of you are holding now and trying to protect, fún àǹfààní àwọn tí wọ́n try láti defend all these bastard politicians that have made your life miserable. And some of those, their business cohort, their artists, their artisans, and everybody like that still want to hold your future. That future is going to make you cry more. That future is going to make you cry just as your great-grandparent, your grandfather, your grandmother are still crying because they believe in the future of one Nigeria. And those don't sọ wow, nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ní strategy, báwo lẹ ṣe fi gba future yẹn? Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ní plan, báwo lẹ ṣe fi gba future yẹn? So that means we should abandon that future and allow millions of Nigerians to continue to be subjected, demoralized, dehumane, genocidal, and everything you can think of is what is happening in that crime scene you call a nation, Nigeria. It's a crime scene. What has the budget made in each of the states had for you since you have grown up? Látijọ́ tí o ti dáyé tí o ti gbọ́ sétí pé wọ́n ti ń ṣe budget in Nigeria, àǹfààní wo ló ṣe fún ẹ? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Látijọ́ tó ti dáyé, àǹfààní wo ló ṣe fáwọn parent ẹ? Àǹfààní wo ló ṣe fáwọn grandparent ẹ? Because I'm not talking about three generations. I'm talking about you, your parent, and your grandparents. Some say you cannot change anything from outside the country. It has to be those on the ground that needs to do what needs to be done. And I agree. But what has changed is, some 20 years ago, we could not have done what we were doing right now. Some 20 years ago. And that's the beauty of the advantage and the leverage that we've used. Wọ́n gbọ́ ní abúlé, wọ́n gbọ́ ní oko, wọ́n gbọ́ ní mọ́ṣáláṣí, wọ́n gbọ́ ní church. Because that future does not want them to hear about it. It's exactly 1:20 p.m. the 3rd of January 2022. Our future is in our hands. Our lives are what we choose to make them. Do you think that Nigeria has a future for you? Is a question I've thrown out to those of you that still want to hold on to one Nigeria, whether it is the Central Association of Nigerians in UK, the Disability in UK, it is the Central Association of Nigeria in America, in Canada, in Chicago, and even those in Nigeria. What future do you think Nigeria holds for you? And how do you plan to change that future after being marginalized? And also currently, as we speak right now, we are already being gagged. We are playing with fire. And who are the fire? We are playing with the caliphate that disagree with a better future for a Nigeria. It has now, and it's already been confirmed by so many of different people, that the direction that Nigeria is going, another 50 years, that future is no longer there for you. Even if you want to pretend, fẹ̀yìntì and try láti pretend pé ẹ believe in Nigeria, you are a scholar, you are an elite, artisan, nǹkan kí nǹkan tó o bá máa ṣe, òun kọ́lé ní ẹlòmíì ní big project in Nigeria. But they believe that that is a Nigeria that is working until the future collapse every project that you are creating in a country where the caliphate disagree with you. Àwọn la fẹ́ build future Nigeria for those of you that wants to continue to build that future. But the caliphate Fulani does not want to do so because they have a different plan for the Nigeria future that you are looking at. And if you are still waiting for àwọn òyìnbó to come and tell you that the future of Nigeria is going to be bright, then you are also being put in a doomsday. It's got nothing to do with níná, lómi, ní títì, lọ́nà. We are now talking about the indigenous people. Àwa. You can believe all these traditions that we still have now, but can you guarantee that those traditions we can still have them another 100 years from today in Nigeria? Ǹjẹ́ guarantee wà fún ìwọ tó ń pè rẹ ní Mùsùlùmí Yorùbá ní Nigeria? What guarantee that Muslim Yorùbá in another 100 years? Ǹjẹ́ ìwọ tó ń pè rẹ ní Kristẹni ti Yorùbá, can you guarantee that that Christianity will still be operating in the manner that you want in another 100 years? I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about the future. À ń sọ nípa lẹ́yìn tí a bá dàgbà, tá dògbó, tá rebi tá gbà ń rè, just like our king that died yesterday at the right age. Oh yes, ẹni tó bá ti pé 93, ó wù wá kí bàbá túbọ̀ pẹ́ láyé, but àsìkò tó ni. But look at the future he left for all the Nigerians that are Yorubas. Look at the future that the father that died yesterday, ẹ wo future tó fi lẹ̀ fún wa at the right age of 93. So ojú ló pẹ́ sí ìwọ tí mò ń sọ pé 100 years, 50 years, 30 years. Ó ń pẹ́ lójú àbí? For you, you are looking at it like 20 years ló kọ̀ dárúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ó sì jí gan. Oh my God. You are looking at it as a long-term years. Just as he was doing the same thing. Some people were mixing it up when I said, how old was he when Nigeria was amalgamated? I'm not asking that, was he alive when Nigeria was amalgamated? I was asking, how old ni bàbá nígbà tí amalgamate Nigeria? And we agreed that it was between 14 and 15. But he lived in that Nigeria. He believed in that Nigeria. He worked hard just as any other average Nigerian. He was lucky to have been born into a royal family. At some point, he became the Olubadan of Ibadan. And nothing happened in that future that he left for us now. Because that future, you can talk about everything just as the basic thing. But are you concerned that another 100 years, another 1,000 years, can we still guarantee that we can have Olubadan of Ibadan? Ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè guarantee pé 1,000 years from now, based on you continue with Nigeria, do you think that we can have Olubadan of Ibadan? Oh yes, all my letter will be the second. But I'm not talking about now. I am talking about the future. And replicate that in all the Yoruba land. Replicate that with everything that you can think of. I am now talking about Who we are as the indigenous people. Bàbá ti lọ bí tó àgbà ń rè. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ti wàjà. But the future he left for us is what I am concerned about. But there is another man in his 80s working day and night, educating us, telling us that Yoruba march on again. One people, one language, one culture. Forget about the sentiment, but let's look at the future, because at some point, some people will go, whether it was foreseen, whether what forecast, whether prophecy says so. A máa lọ náà ni, kò sọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀. A kàn ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé kó jẹ́ ká dàgbà, ká darúgbó, àwọn òbí wa kó pẹ́ sọ́wọ́ wa, ká tọ́jú wọn dáadáa gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe sọ fún wa. But what happened when everybody is gone? Ẹ rí i pé gbogbo àtàwọn program à ní lọ ni. No, àfikún yọ̀yàn kankan. Everybody will go. But 1,000 years from now, just as we are reviewing things as well now, bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn kan ṣe máa review ẹ̀. Wọ́n máa wo program yẹn. Ṣẹ̀rí program tá à ń ṣe, analysis tá à ń ṣe, wọ́n máa lọ tún gbọ́. But do we want them to now be in a new future, or to continue with the future where the people that will hold us, if we don't hijack ourselves now, that future is what they're going to be fighting for again. And the question is, what future is an 86-year-old man fighting for? He wants a Yoruba nation. He believes that we are not enemy to the other nations. We will not be enemies to Hausa, to Fulani. But we want to know who they are by doing a fingerprint, everything, so that if he commits a crime, we can pick him up in under 12 hours. But the royal father that died believed in one Nigeria, because he never at any point told us, statement, physically, voice, that we can now be playing to say, Inti Baba Sonile. Maybe now, maybe his family can bring those videos out to say, Baba Ondogbonyo, Baba Ondogbonyo, Yoruba nation, not tell you, because there was nothing of such. And he has left a future of Nigeria that this man now still wants to untangle. Are we going to support him? Are we all going to rise up and say, enough is enough? This future that he wants is what I want. Or is it the other way out? Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n fi dá sí, ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n ni. Àtèmi àtàwọn gbogbo wa máa pààyàn. Ẹni tó bá kọ̀ tètè, tọ́lọ́run bá fún lẹ́mìí gúngùn ni, because èmi lè sọ pé ọmọ kékeré ò lè kú, àgbàlagbà ló lè kú. Nah. Everybody máa jẹ breakfast last. Is that the future we want? The future in one Nigeria that is not working? Àbí a fẹ́ future where we can look up and say, wow, ibi tá a bá gbede, káwọn tó kù náà kó tó pick it up and start making that future work. Do you think that all these politicians, what is a politician in Nigeria needs 13 billion, 15 billion? Kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe? Ẹ lọ wo tí nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe governorship Ọ̀yọ́ state, the declaration of Makinde, kìíní kan billions of naira. And the same thing goes to every one of them. Every single one of the Yoruba politicians up there, they have nothing less than 50 billion naira in their account. But do you think they care about the future of the Yoruba people? No, they are not interested in that. They are more concerned about now, the fame, the name, àwa ló wà ńbẹ̀. That's what they're more concerned. And that is why they are playing politics with Nigerians. That's why you can see them, Visa Conde. Tó bá sick ní sí wá gbé wá sí London, àwa gba treatment. And they are playing politics. You can see them all in that picture. At the Igbo, at the Middle Belt. We can have a nation where we can still have trade with the Hausas. We have trade with the Igbo or the Biafrans. We trade with the Middle Belt. We can do a better way. We can expand. We can decide that we will send people there. They will send people to us. We do trainings. That does not make us as enemies. But right now, we are one big enemy among ourselves. It's all lies. But they want a Nigeria that is suppressing your future. That is what they want. And you will see them. They will come out. We're going to do this. The economy is not good, but we are working on it. We are owing money, but we are trying to pay it. Well, we can put a full stop to it now. Let's stop everything now. Have a nation, divide our debt, and then we can start progressing and building a future. This was a future that was terminated. You remember her? And you see her? She was only 23 years old. The first ever in a country, if it was working, helicopter combat pilot. Killing, making sure that the terrorists do not have the upper edge, but the Fulani caliphate does not want a future for her. So she was taken out. So I pity those of you youth at home. If Tolulopa Rotile, that is an example of a future of Nigeria, was killed just like that, my question is, who the hell Tani Babatie, Tani Yatie, Tani Wafunare, if after spending millions of naira to train her, I bet what training? Oh yes, she has the skills, she has the knowledge, but Nigerian government also paid towards her training. I'm sure at some point they must have paid certain training for her to develop her skills. But they decided, you know what? Ọbọmọ Yorùbá ni láti Kogi State. Lọ pádànù jàre. Òun ló máa lọ sókè. Tá a bá sọ pé kó má gbàbẹ̀ yẹn, á gbé helicopter, á pa signal, á lọ pa àwọn ta ní kó má pa. Lọ yanjú ẹ̀dànù kẹ́ reverse mọ́tò kẹ́ pádànù kẹ́ náwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ló wá kiri camp. Just as you looking for a job, but the person above you is a Fulani Hausa man and they direct you, and when you misbehave, they just fire you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You're watching me right now. You want Nigeria. You believe in one Nigeria, but your boss na Hausa man for first ban, na Hausa man, for immigration. I think it was 2 years ago, not 2 years. I have to remember the last time I was in Nigeria. Not this one, not Eletimoloy. Eletimoloy before this one. And I had opportunity to go to Ikoyi immigration. Maybe Ikoyi. The staff, our staff, tó bá nírọ́ ni mò ń pa, ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ẹni confam ni mò ń sọ. Ọ́fíìsì yẹn wọ́n máa ń dá owó ra petrol kó lè fi tan generator sínú ọ́fíìsì. That is the future they've created. And that goes on and on and on. And àwọn tó jẹ́ Nigerians tó wà níta, I'm coming to you now. Because you are the one that is giving hope, false hope, fáwọn tó wà nílé. Because ìwọ ti ní forex tó strong lọ́wọ́. And tó bá ní pound sterling ẹyọ kan lénìí, £1 today gives you 750 naira. So multiply that by how many pounds you are able to take home. So you can create a better future for your own selfish gain, not for the future of those at home. Because táwọn tó wà nílé náà bá ní the same power machine of a naira that is working parallel to pounds. Kí ló fẹ́ lọ máa ṣe gbùgbùgà fún wọn nílé fún? Kí ló fẹ́ lọ? The same thing tó fẹ́ wá ṣe àwọn náà máa ṣe. But the reason why they are subduing to you, ìdí tó ṣe ń ṣe ránkà dédé fún ẹ, òun ni pé you are at the upper age, ó ní agbára jù wọ́n lọ, based on what you are bringing home, which is the forex. And that is what we have all done. Every diaspora have sent money home, but we still don't have the future. You can get killed at any time. Not because of Fulani on the road. Oh, you think it's only Fulani that is killing people on the road? It's because of a system that does not protect you. So that your cousin, your nephew, will eliminate you, thinking that is the right thing to do because of your wealth. But if the country was working from all these bastards that are all laughing behind me, we all see it. Look at Oshiomhole there, right? You can see him, short man devil. And if you look on the other side here, this side, you can see Oshiomhole, the short man devil, and Pastor Ruga. Look at the wealth that is stored from Edo State. I'm talking about Oshiomhole. Look at the one next to Oshiomhole, Tinubu. Look at the wealth is stored. Kò create anything. Kò ṣe pé ìran bàbá ẹ̀ a lè trace ẹ̀ pé ẹ̀wà ló ń tà. Láti ẹ̀wà yẹn wọ́n wá sọ di ẹ̀wà tó ń send lọ sí abroad. A lè sọ pé software kan ló create ló fi ń generate owó. Gbogbo ohun tó ń generate yẹn inú àwọn suppression wọn ló ti ń kó, ló ti ń sọ́kẹ̀. Tinubu doesn't have anything more than sucking the wealth of those that they meant to take care of. Who else is there again? Who else? Ẹ wo Rauf Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá lókè. Ẹ lẹ́mu ṣúmúṣúmúṣúmú. Ẹ lọ Ọ̀ṣun State. At least èmi débẹ̀ couple of times lélẹ̀ tí mo lọ yìí. Kódà nígbà tá a lọ sọ ibi tí wọ́n invite wa sí ma ti chief bàbá wa àfà tí àwọn náà máa ń ṣe program yẹn. We struggled to drive on the road. Ta ló tún wà ń bẹ̀? Let's look at them. These are the Yorubas. The working class. And they've never created any future for nobody. So we are now talking about the future. People are saying, kí lẹ mean by that? Kí lẹ mean by Yoruba nation? Abẹ́ mọ̀ tension ni. Tèmi náà sì ní intention láti jẹ politics. Ó ti gbàgbé pé that future òun náà máa partake nínú ẹ̀. Ó ti gbàgbé pé that future òun náà ní right nínú ẹ̀. The question is, what right do you have presently in that shit old country you call Nigeria? What is the right that you have? What is the enabling environment that you have? What is the education sector that you have? Ẹ wo Lai Mohammed níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ó parọ́ ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ lọ wo ìlú ẹ̀ ní Ìlọrin. Ẹ máa bá wọn káàánú ni. Ẹ wo Amechi lókè lọ́hùn. Ó ń ṣe train lọ sí Niger for Fulanis. So they are all licking the ass of the Fulanis. Ẹ wo Ngige. Only who cares if all the doctors want to go to abroad? Let them go to abroad now. They will bring the forex back. Look at, because ó mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ Haúsá lẹ ti máa wá ṣe. Àbí ọwọ́ ta lẹ ti ń ṣẹ́wó tẹ́ bá lọ́lé. Mo lè ṣe ní báńkì o. Èló ni má là ń ṣe. Ẹlòmíì gan náà wọn ò ní ṣe through agent ibi tó wà. A ní tóun bá délé òun á lọ ṣe because ìyẹn máa pọ̀ díẹ̀ kó lọ fáwúsá. If it was a system that is working, nígbà tí wọ́n bá travel, ṣé ìlú tí wọ́n ń lọ yẹn, ṣé bureau de change kọ́ ló máa lọ? Tó jẹ́ proper registered one that tells you and the rate. But because the whole system is collapsed and they prefer it like that, and all they can do is they give you all the analysis, everything, and they keep talking and talking and talking and talking. And we have been talking for more than 61 years. Ẹjọ́ ló ń rò fún wa for 61 years. Every one of them. Look at their age. An average person níbẹ̀ yẹn nísìn ní picture tí mò ń wò yìí. Plus, the people that you can think of, they are probably maybe in their 50s. At least, but for them, PDP ṣáà ti lọ, APC ló wà níbẹ̀ nísìn. And people are ready to go out again and campaign for them and forget about the future. I don't know the copyright to the video we're going to play now. This is what they talk about all the time.
Total factor productivity, which is an important variable, for the first time in many years was positive. Inflation, official inflation, was down from 18.7 to 15.4. Budget expenditure was up by 20%. We're set to commission the largest fertilizer plant in Africa.
I'm going to pause it. When they come up with all these statistics, all this conversation, does it get to you as people? Ǹjẹ́ gbogbo analysis tí ẹ bá gbọ́ nísìn, ó lọ sókè, ó lọlẹ̀ ni, ó bẹ́tà ni, kò dá ni, does it have any impact on the reality to every Nigerian? Or maybe those bastards that knows how to trick and suck your blood until it gets dry, and you're now going to the church and the mosque looking for how to rescue yourself from the witchcraft of Nigeria.
We also saw corporate profits up by over 30%, and stock market capitalization was up by about 3.61%. Nigeria raised about $547 million from the 5G auction alone, and raised $4 billion from...
When all these $547.2 million was raised from the 5G alone, does that mean that you at home, you are already enjoying the 4G? Does that mean that your internet is much better? All this is to help those bastard international community. But those of you at home, you have been reading these, all this analysis, all this projection. Every projection, every year, somebody will just sit down. Projection, construction of fertilizer plant to commission the largest refinery in the world. Who commissioned the largest refinery? Is it Nigerian government or again another Fulani stooge? 2022 budget expenditure, 16.39 trillion, 20.6% higher than 2021. What does that have on the impact of our people in the rural area and the urban city? Gross external reserve up 14.76, but it is only the Hausa man and their children that are living outside Nigeria that have access to the dollar. Ẹni tó tẹ̀ ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú pé Nigerian politics, he has the money, he's making money in Nigeria, he wants to buy dollar, he goes to the bank, they tell him to go to the Mala in Yaba and pick up the dollar. These are the future. Inflation is down from 18.17%. Does that mean that you have food on the table? Total factor productivity positive by 1.4%. Ta ló kàn? Ta nìyẹn dé bá? When all this is put out like this, airline passenger up by 17.75%. How many people are traveling? So 12.34 million people are traveling. Are you one of them? Can you guarantee that UK will give you a visa as compared to in the 80s when you get a visa at the point of entry? Can you guarantee a visa to America? Can you guarantee a visa to South Africa? And these are all the projections people see on China's television. Olórí burúkú ni Koiki yẹn, ó máa lè ní, ó kàn jókòó sí lóyìnbó fi dọ́gbọ́n lẹ̀. But the question is, gbogbo analysis tó kọ ìnísìn, èwo ni ó dé bá ìwọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Nàìjíríà? What and all this analysis that you have just seen right now, which one can you say, I can guarantee that, be a construction of fertilizer plant, opportunity, everything is under the control of the Fulani and they have their stooge, which are the other tribes that are suppressing us. Is that the future that you want? Let's continue.
The Eurobond market, got $3.35 billion from the special drawing rights like every other country, and also enjoyed some palliatives from the IMF.
Enjoying palliative from the IMF, but the Fulani, Hausa, and the Yoruba, the Igbo, the other tribes suck them in. Keep borrowing money on behalf of you. And you will not borrow owó gan o mọ̀. But our kan sọ pé let's go into a better future. And sọ pé no. Because you are looking at all these numbers and statistics. That's why people go and read the paper every day. LOC paper stand in Nigeria. Oh, lówó gan sef o. Àwọn tó fẹ́ ra paper. But I can easily go onto my street now, pick up a free paper, come back home and read it. Ẹni tó tẹ̀ pé mọ́tán sọ́gán ní Nàìjíríà kò rówó ra paper.
Airline passengers were up by about 17%.
Airline passenger was up by 17.75%. To who? To all their cronies with private jets that are moving weapons according to the late Dr. Malafia. And these are the data that an average Yoruba man sitting in his house with the generator on just want to watch television of 10 o'clock news. After 10 o'clock news, I know what if soon.
Based on the previous year, which was a low year. But the thing is that there was strong data, perplexed people. Perplexed means baffled, totally.
Again, let's come here. It wasn't all just rosy. It wasn't all just rosy. Decline income per capita approximately 3% to $2,100. So every day your money, sori naira tó kó sínú account yẹn tó wò pé I get money o. Me, I get money o. For every day that money depreciate. As a Yoruba man, as a Nigerian, as an Igbo man, as an Hausa man, as a Fulani man, that money depreciate. Naira lost 55.92% in 3 years, fall from 363 naira to $1 to now 566 naira to $1. That is the future. 2 recession in 5 years. Because that country will make you cry. Those of you that are still believing in one Nigeria. It's because some people are still giving you something. And I pray they can continue to give it to you. Life expectancy in Nigeria today is 55 years old. To back by 56. I'm a dupe for long. The 4th lowest in the world. So those of you of my age mate right now, your life expectancy is about 55 years old. Unemployment rate 33.3%, the 4th highest in Africa. Morimbe, my brother, in Miami. Misery index, misery index, 48.7%. I thought the data tell me, that means I've been even using a whole data. Let me show you my own data and come back to the poverty in Nigeria. Okay, each time I talk about my own data, I should data tell me a going to expire. Let's come back here. And it's good that at least now we have a new data. But I'll continue to show you this because this one is the one that is there. But now that man, is it Mama Kiloruko Babaton Soro, you know? I'm sure I'll pick up his name in a minute. So each time I come here and I tell you 88 million of you, 88 million of people living in extreme poverty. Now that figure is wrong. This is the new figure. 93.9 million Nigerians. Only people, instead of them to put Nigerians there. money people. Which people? Not be Nigerian people. Thank you very much, my brother in Miami. 93.9 million people. 93.9 million Nigerians are in poverty. Road accidents, instead of it to go down, it's going up. The total death was up by 4.57%. So about 5,000 people died more. I love the last bit. Who can read the last bit there? Can you see the last bit? Can you see the last bit? Diaspora remittance has now dropped by 26.9% to 17 billion. You know why? Because the generation of the diaspora is changing. I can assure you that somebody like my son, your daughters would not be interested to send money home to any of those, your aunties, your uncles, your father, your grandfather. They are not interested. They want to live a better life for the future that they have for themselves outside that shit old country called Nigeria. They can go and spend money to watch all the Nigerian artists when they come abroad. That won't be a problem for them. But they are not going to send money. I wanted the last generation to send the Wolosili. Maybe I'm about to an age 30. But Sherry Buba age 20, I can bet my life. 20 years from now, one is send the work of Molosili. Sorry, ìwọ tó wà nílé tó ń sọ pé one Nigeria. Show ma keti ba ṣe ń gé tí mo ní 20 years. Ó ń dàbí ìgbà tó ń pẹ́ lójú àbí. Díẹ̀ ló kù ni. Sorry, gbogbo àwọn tó ṣì ń send owó sílé tó wà in their 70s, in their 80s, tó ń struggle fún àwọn family wọn nílé. Sorry, àwọn ọmọ wọn tó wà nísàlẹ̀ lábẹ́ wọn, àwọn grandchildren wọn, they will not take over that. And that is why the diaspora remittance have also dropped to 17 billion. So what future do you want for those of you that still wants to keep one Nigeria? I don't need to go further with this. Let's hear this.
The arrogance of failure. I didn't know that failure can be that arrogant until this present administration led by Muhammadu Buhari came to power. The president, the presidency and the president, they are so arrogant about the failure of governance. They are so arrogant about their failure. Amen and amen. And when you see his spokesman or the media people of the president talking, you see that arrogance of failure in them. I didn't know that failure can be arrogant until this administration came. Have you ever seen someone who has failed in the class and is still raising his shoulder? Huh? That is the arrogance of failure. But in this administration, we have a president that is decorated with failure, yet he's still raising his shoulder. I assure you. I assure what? When you see someone who is politically incapacitated, when you see gross incompetence, and you're arrogant about your failure. Amen and amen. And I want the president to hear this. The remaining few years he has, not even up to 2 years. You know my advice to him? He should move around every part of this country and begin to reconcile. Reconcile, bring us together. You promised killing corruption. You failed that one. You promised building refinery. You failed that one. You promised creating jobs. How many million jobs for the youth? You failed that one. You promised of making $1 to 1 naira. You failed that one. You promised of crushing crushing Boko Haram under 3 months. You failed that one. All he needs to do is to tour around every part of this country, reconcile us, and bring us together. Then go and rest. Arrogance of failure. And as a nation, we have become so divided than ever before. Why? Because we have leaders who are arrogant. You know, Nigeria, we don't only have bad leaders, we have bad followers. We have bad followers. Because if we are in the same clan, the mess that this country is into, nobody will tolerate it. Nobody will tolerate the nonsense that is going on. As a nation, we are no longer living as one. And when you go to look for job or employment, you are reminded of where you come from. Amen and amen. And when you say integrity, what is integrity? You told us, I'm for everybody, I'm for nobody. In words, but we've not seen that in your action. And you move around. You say people should be patient with it. This is the most excused president in Africa. Is the most excused president in Africa. I didn't know that failure can be proud. There can be serious pride in failure. The arrogance of failure is what I'm seeing in this administration. We are no longer living together as one. We are no longer living together as a family. And when you see people who come on the television to defend Mr. President, you see that arrogance of failure in them. No, you can defend anything in life, but you can't defend failure. You can't change that name, failure. Am I talking to somebody here this morning? Praise the living. I'm pained as I'm talking to you. Because the Lord has done more than enough for us as a nation. Why are we not progressing? Because we have leaders that are incompetent. Gross incompetence. Gross incompetence. It's painful as I'm talking to you. Just imagine that you have a family that all of you are divided. You don't agree. Can that family move? Can that family progress? No. And that is why I said that the president that we have, Muhammadu Buhari, is the most excused president in the world. You have done almost 7 years. You are still blaming the past administration. 7 years. When you begin to identify with people that have failed in life, you begin to behave like a failure. And that is why you see learned people, intelligent people, exposed people that have gone to school, when they come to defend the president, they begin to behave even like the president. The coming of the president is a lesson to us as a nation. You know why? If the president had not emerged after the death of Buhari, people will be going to his grave. Oh, the best president that never emerged. Now he has emerged, and we have seen failure. Amen and amen. No excuse. I pray for him daily, and my prayer is let him complete his tenure successfully, so that it will be in history that we produced the worst president. No, as a nation, until we begin to live together, until we begin to live together as brothers and sisters.
You've had him there. And we have so many of people like that. Wọ́n pọ̀ nílùú òyìnbó gan ju Nàìjíríà lọ. Defending a failure. Defending someone that created these in the lives of an average Nigerian.
This is wonderful. 11-year-old boy holding a block. Wow, this is wonderful. I've never seen this before. I think this is strange to me. I've never seen this before. Israel, how long have you been doing this job? You can't remember? Wow. 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 Israel, how old are you? 11. Wow.
Israel, in that shithole country, in a country where people are defending a failure, in a country where more than 15 million, when they tell you 13 million is out of school, I'm adding 2 million to that. More than 15 million, because some people that were in school already, when those data was out, they've dropped out. Àwọn tí ó wà ní school, àwọn náà ti drop out. So that means we have about more than 15 million children out of school. Remember that age of Israel. I just want to ask the question again. How many people pick up the age? Hey, Baba, hey, hello? Hey, reduce it. If not, you go downstairs. You want to go downstairs? Then reduce it. Reduce the volume. If not, you go downstairs. When you forget the woman, when you forget the woman, we are reduce it. We are reduce it there. We are reduce it. Reduce it there, Bonnie. Reduce it there. Okay, How old was Israel? 11 years old. So that means everybody's with me. Let's show that video one more time again.
This is wonderful. 11-year-old boy.
Hey, this is wonderful.
Holding a block. Wow.
How can that be wonderful?
This is wonderful. I've never seen this before. I think this is strange to me.
So,
I've never seen this before.
So 11 years old. You are wonderful.
Israel, how long have you been doing this job? You can't remember?
Cannot even remember. I'm now going to show you age mates Israel here in UK.
Wow. Wow.
Let's show you the age mates of Israel. According to the latest news of yesterday, well, 1st of January, New Year honors, Captain Tobias Welly, an 11-year-old, celebrate becoming the youngest recipient. Kábíyèsí, ẹ má bínú. Àti sọ̀rọ̀ yín lánàá. Let's take it down. No, not that one. Remove this. Remove this. I guess it's this one. Yeah. I need ọ̀rọ̀ kábíyèsí mú. Kábíyèsí ti fi future tí lọ́kàn ara wọn, àwọn ti try best wọn. Now I want to show you an 11-year-old here in the United Kingdom. that was part of those that were given honors. Kí ló ń pè ní honor? Àwọn tí wọ́n bá rí nǹkan tó ṣe. Kí ló ṣe? Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wò together. And to be honest with you now, I just picked this story. Ẹ̀yin lè marry, but àwọn tó wà lórí Instagram can see more than you because I'm streaming from the phone. So ẹni tó wà lórí Instagram knew while I was typing 11-year-old on Google, and straight away this pop up. So it's not something I've seen before. This particular one, sorry, really listen. Let's read it together. According to what we have here, and this is Sky News, media, continue to support KOIKIMEDIA. It will help the platform to grow. It will help us to do more in research, expand. A lot of people want to work with us, but we cannot bring them on board because at the end of the day, the reason why all of you can see that platforms like Sky, BBC, they're powerful is because people support them. You know, they have their platforms. I mean, but like I said, voluntarily, we are doing what we are doing. We love what we are doing. Your support is going to help us a lot. How do you support us? It's very, very easy. All you need to do is go to our website, koikimedia.com, and then right at the bottom, it gives you right further down at the bottom all the way you can support the platform. You can do a donation through the Barclays Bank account, First Bank in Nigeria, PayPal using musakalam1@yahoo.com, and then you can also use the Cash App or you can use the Bitcoin. All these helps us. Google streaming, especially in Nigeria, it costs a lot of data, moving around, logistics, and I'm sure plus so many other things that we do to keep us going, especially a platform that have dedicated everything that it was doing to work for Yoruba nation. Let's come back here. The New Year honors Captain Tobers Welle, 11 years old, celebrate becoming the youngest recipient. Kiloshi, we read it together. Tobers is joined by Max Wolsey, a 12 years old, who has become the second youngest person known to have made the honor list, with the boys raising hundreds of thousands of pounds for good cause. Shetiriyato. Eléyìí raise owó for good cause. Let's watch this video. I do not own the copyright to it. Sky owns the copyright. But as you can see, advert launching nísìn. All these people pay them to have it on their website. So, you know, like I always say, all your own contribution will also help us to expand much, much better and faster. Okay, holiday. Welcome to Arabia. Welcome. So let's remove it.
Amazing to be honored by the Queen. My man told me about the honor on Jerusalem's Day, and I thought, wow, I'm actually gonna get an honor. Her Majesty, the Queen. I am so excited. It makes me feel magnificent. I love reading magnificent.
It makes me feel magnificent compared to where the Fulani have damaged every part of Yoruba land, the Igbo land, including some Yorubas. 15 million youth, children out of school. 93 million of you are in abject poverty.
Charity, and knowing that I've helped our children is a lovely feeling. I've raised over £157,000.
Disability challenge, and he was able to raise £57,000 for good cause.
Favorite charities.
Ọmọ tó bá ní disability ní Nàìjíríà ìjẹ́wọ̀ tí ní condemn pé kọ́ ní kọ́ lọ jù sódò. That is the future that we are talking about. That is the future that we are fighting for. The future that can be much brighter.
Sheffield Children's Hospital and my school, Paces. I'm the youngest person to be on.
We have a similar person like this. So many of them in Nigeria that have been condemned. About disability.
The Queen's New Year's Honours List and receive a British Empire Medal. This makes me feel so
if you have disability in Nigeria, you are a sinner.
Proud and privileged. As you can imagine, I'm just a bit to be the youngest recipient of such an incredible honour.
Now, let's come back again to where Buhari and all these your 419 government, the damage they've done. Hey, Israel. I'm going to mute the sound of Israel, and I'm going to now increase the sound of the promise APC told you when they were coming to power, especially from 2014.
We will strive to secure the country and efficiently manage the economy. We will strive to attract poverty through broadly shared economic growth and attacking corruption through impartial application of the law. We will turn Nigeria to a position of international respect through patriotic foreign policy. Preserving the nation's future is a sacred obligation to all of us in this great party. Shall we at home continue to live in a condition where the power-holding company and its successors seem only to have the power to hold us in darkness? Shall we continue in a situation where 250 of our daughters have been abducted and the government has been unable to rescue them or provide credible information about what steps they are taking?
Sweet.
Shall we live in a nation where several people were trampled to death in search of jobs in a stadium, and yet no one has taken responsibility for the tragedy?
Tasty.
You are first and foremost a Nigerian in my eyes. I shall treat you equally as my people, my national family, my brothers, and my sisters.
Divine.
We will be a compassionate government. For out of compassion arises the...
That is what future holds for you. Again in 2023. That is the future. But if we move out of Nigeria, this will be the kind of future that we should be expecting, single one of you. I do not own the copyright to the video.
Today, we're going to let you know more about the UK education system. The first thing to note is that there are some differences between the education in England, Scotland, and Wales.
Did you hear what I said there? England, Wales, Scotland.
Mainly in terms of breadth and depth of curriculum, awarding and regulating body. However, today I'm mainly focusing on England's education system. The first thing to know is that from the age of 5 to 16, education in the UK is compulsory. This means that a child must complete primary and secondary school.
Let me just take that back.
UK is compulsory. This means that a child must complete primary and secondary.
Compulsory. Ọmọdún márùn-ún títí dé 16 years old is a mandatory, compulsory, no excuse, no we, no her, no be, nothing of sort. But for 61 years, Nigeria damaged your life that your grandchildren and you 31 bímọ, your children can no longer have a better education. 15 million as we speak right now is out of school, somewhere selling agbado on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, selling pure water, selling guguru, selling epa, child abuse, pedophile, finger, killing, ritual. Everything is in that shit old country. But in the other part of the globe, it is a compulsory, mandatory, no excuse. Nítorí pé ìwọ kọ́ ló fẹ́ take care wọn. But it is the reverse. And these are the pictures of those bastards up there. Every single one of them that still believe that we should be in one Nigeria so that they can continue to suppress you. 5 years old, títí dé 16 years old, you must take your children to school. No remedy, no excuse, nothing of sort. Oh, bearder. This is the future that we are asking you to support. This is what we want to bring when we have a nation that is working, not inside Nigeria. So, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé, tẹ̀sẹ̀ ń bímọ, ó ní òun ní bímọ, but òun tí nǹkan bọ̀ nǹkan, ìgbà orí kò ní dánmọ́. Ẹlòmíì kàn ń ṣẹ́yún nítorí pé kò lè afford láti tọ́jú ọmọ. Ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n ń ta ọmọ ẹ̀. Kódà àríbi tó ti ń ta ọmọ ní 100,000 naira in Nigeria. Many of our youth that should be in the age bracket of 15, 14, ṣé ìgbà tọmọ tẹ̀ tí ń ṣe brick tó ti ń pọ́npọ́npọ́n at the age of 11 wá abuse ẹ̀ tó bá yá wá ṣe oríṣiríṣi fún un. Imagine by the time Israel get to 16 years old. Can you relate to this? Is your own family, or I'm sure one of your own family member children are out of school because they can no longer afford it, and they've been calling you and you have been complaining that you don't even have the money as well. Whether you live in Nigeria or you live outside Nigeria, 1 out of every of our family are out of school because they can't afford it anymore. Then, olórí burúkú ní Nigeria kò ní rọgbá fún pátápátá. This is the damage that Nigeria has done in the lives of Nigerians. But Nigerians say, we are not interested in the breakup of Nigeria. And I say, that's fine. Your life will become more miserable. Your life will become a miserable machine. Tí kò ṣiṣẹ́.
Secondary school. And from the age of 16 to 18, you must do one of 3 things. 1. Stay in full-time education like the 6th form, which I will explain later. 2. Start an apprenticeship or trainee program. Or 3. Spend 20 hours.
Did you see that? Kò ń ṣe pé nígbà tó wá pàdé 16, wọ́n wá abandon it. No, it doesn't work like that. What I am explaining now is those of you in the university, you should be getting access to whatever a country that works will give you. And if you don't want to go to education, we go to what they call apprenticeship. Plumbing, carpentry, mechanic, musician, hairdresser, hair barber, kinikon, truck repairer, and everything. And you can also work 20 hours. But we have a lot of Nigerians now that are not even educated, that are not even going into apprenticeship, because ṣé tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ máa tẹ̀ ní ká lọ bá bàbá Fàlí, àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀lé lọ gbé àwọn ọmọ wọn lọ bá bàbá Fàlí mọ́ nísìn, because bàbá Fàlí gan ó ti rẹ̀ ẹ́. Gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ kó máa kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa níṣẹ́ ní bí apprenticeship ó ti rẹ̀ wọ́n because MOD economy ti pa business yẹn. Gbogbo àwọn bàbá tó ń ṣe mechanic ó ti nígbà tí market bá jó tí workshop ń jó tí Fúlàní ń jó gbogbo ẹ̀ tó ń bà nǹkan jẹ́ àwọn ń kó tòmátò wá wọ́n ń kó èlùbọ́ wá wọ́n ń kó iṣu wá wọ́n ń kẹ́wà wá wọ́n da màálù sórí fáàmù tiwa wọ́n destroy ẹ̀. Olóyè jáde ó ní no eléyìí ò dáa ẹ má ṣe yẹn àwọn tó lè kọ apprenticeship wọ́n lè lọ sóko wọ́n kúkú ní ìwé tó fẹ́ kà nítorí pé wọ́n ní owó ìwé. Are we all not ready to get what belongs to us?
Some more a week working or volunteering.
You can also do a part-time education. Kò ṣe dandan ni pé kó lọ ṣe full-time. Àìmọye àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe full-time. Because part-time will give you access to do other things. But here we go in Nigeria. Àwọn tó máa lọ lùlù fún APC nísìn, wọ́n ti ń prepare wọn. And yet, wọ́n sì ní school, wọ́n sì ní apprenticeship, wọ́n sì ní education. Wọ́n ní Zazu ló ń jó nísìn. Ìyẹn náà dá bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Ìkòròdú ẹ máa jó Zazu. Wọ́n ní Zazu lẹ̀ ń jó. Fúlàní ń gba ọjọ́ ọ̀la mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ àwa ń jó Zazu. Àfi mo wo bọ̀bọ̀ náà báyìí ní ọ̀gá o àfi Zazu náà. À ń jó Wizkid, à ń jó owó tún ní tó dàbí wíwèrè láàrin wọn yẹn náà. Tíyẹn náà bí kò fagbó ṣàmà fagbó ṣáà ni. Ó ní access òun lè wọ UK. Ẹran mi ló torúkọ ẹ̀. There's another guy like that. Ṣé Naira Marley nàbí Naira kíní kan Marley? Ṣàfagbó bá ti fagbó yẹn fagbó kóun dẹ̀ make owó àwọn díẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ wà lábẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ wà okay. Wọ́n ní Davido make kíní kan billions of naira. That's fine. But you can also make that billions if we have a system that is working and you don't have to be a musician. Everybody pay the artist in the scene. If we have a working system, you can also compete with anybody outside Nigeria. Do you think any of those at home now can compete with anybody? And yeah, when they come here now, they're not to be by this. They will tell you everything, everything that you need to know. Life expectancy, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Ẹran ti bi ta lò kí ló tó rí wọn padà sẹ́yìn. Analysis, that's what they do. Analysis. And money is not going to anybody's pocket, but all they do is analysis. Yeah, Naira Marley, yeah. Money supply grew by 16%. So what want broad money supply versus cash in circulation. Because when there's a lot of cash in circulation. Cash in circulation increased by 18.8% with all the bastard Olori Buruku 419 politicians that are moving money, that should be in the government coffer, running around fixing industry. They're putting it in the boot. And you put log see, Baba lo party, one ní kí driver lọ gbé bẹ́ẹ̀lì kan wá, wá ná, tó bá ń lọ, wá fún àwọn ọmọ ọ̀tá lórí títì. Bàbá, ẹ fún wa ní kankan mẹ́kẹ́ tó máa lọ. Òun náà ya pépà fún wọn, wá jẹ́ kó kọjá, wá clear títì fún, gbogbo ẹ̀ ń ṣe yánma, yòmó, yógbó, and everywhere tó bá di election time nísìn, Tinubu wá gbé bullion van wá, Anita ló ní right láti máa bẹ̀ òun, bóun ṣe fẹ́ náwó òun tó gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìyá máa jẹ pàṣàṣà sí yín lára tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá kúrò ní future tẹ́ wà náà nísìn. Ẹ̀rí gbogbo analysis táwọn ṣe nísìn. Money supply grew by 16%. Kìíní kan grow. It's all lies. They are holding your future because they know. Let's look at this again. Look at the statistics. Cooking gas 12.5 kg refill is 3,600 ní December 20. Nígbà tó máa fi di December 21 níjọ́ kejì, ó ti lọ sí 8,000. Whereas àwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń consume liquefied gas wa, àwọn òyìnbó tó da táwọn mọ bó ṣe ń lọ, àwọn èèyàn ń gbà jáde, wọ́n fẹ́ gbé lọ sí Mauritius, wọ́n fẹ́ kó jáde lọ síbi tó ti máa ṣàǹfààní fáwọn ọlọ́run. Tó bá máa rẹ ṣáwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ ṣe ń gbé ní 3 bedroom àìmọye face me I face you nísìnyí àwọn èèyàn máa ń gbé. A 3 bedroom on the mainland is 600,000 naira as of December 20. níjọ́ kejì ó ti di 900,000 up by 50%. Àníyàn máa jẹ pàṣàṣà sí yín lára. Ẹ má support Biafra break up, Yoruba break up, Middle Belt break up, Arewa break up. Ìyá máa jẹ ṣégè sí yín lára lásán. Fúlàní máa fi ojú yín wọn máa bó kó tó lọ. A flight ticket èèyàn mélòó ló lè fly? Àfàwọn 419, àwọn olè, àwọn jẹgúrújẹrás, àwọn máa kó da fún ọmọ dáadáa bíi Israel 11 years old ó ń ṣe ó mọ block. Ìyẹn wá ń bí pé this is amazing. Kí ló wà amazing níbẹ̀? The government have destroyed you but you are playing with fire. Ẹni Koiki ló fi gbógun wá. Move away from there. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló dé? Ogun ti wà nínú ilé already. Ogun pé cooking gas ní ìjọ December 20 tó kọjá it was 3,600 naira. As I speak to you right now, it is now 8,200. A flight ticket from Lagos to Abuja is 36,000 naira. As of December 20, it is now 73,000. Went up by 102.8%. Diesel liter was 195 naira in December 2020. Okay, sorry, December 2020, not December 20. Okay, I think I'm mixing it up. So in between the space of 1 year. So from December 2020 to December 2021, look at the increase. So kila might expect by the end of December 2022, a cooking gas will be somewhere around, maybe give and take. Okay. There may be about 12,000. Sardine, Titus, as at last year in December 2020 rather, by December last year, ó ti lọ láti 350 ó ti di 600 naira. Chicken, tó yẹ ká máa ṣe poultry all over the place. Poultry, but without a full electricity 24/7, you cannot do poultry. Poultry and chicken from December 2020 as at 1,500. December 2021, ó ti di 2,200, up by 46.7. Nothing has come down. Look at the statistics and the data. Nothing has literally come down. Everything has literally gone up. Ẹ̀wà olóyin 50 kg nígbà tó yẹ pé wọ́n fi pín nísìnyí fún 2023. So gbogbo ìtọ́ ń ṣe bọ̀ láti 2020 December. Wọ́n ti ní kọ́ bá wọn máa stock ẹ̀ nítorí pé ibi tó fi fún ẹ̀yin nísìnyí wọ́n máa fún lẹ́wà. Wọ́n máa pín ẹ̀wà olóyin fún gbogbo yín nísìnyí. 21,000 ó ti di 56,000. Once again, these are just so many. And all they can do is just, they talk about it, which is good. But it's not going to change anything. Let's leave that for now and come back. Let's come back here again. Education.
Education or training. The good news is that if you want to go to a state school, education will be free, which means that there are no fees to pay and that everything is provided for in terms of notes and stationery. However, you could choose to go to a private school.
Happy New Year, Canada, all over the world. Yes, our children in diaspora won't take up responsibility because they are not like us. You're hungry. You didn't buy? Yeah, Mambo. You're going to sit down there. Mambo. Our children in diaspora won't take up responsibility because they are not like us. They want good things, what trainers to that, and you cannot deprive them. So that 17 billion diaspora money is going to slash down every year, and at some point, nobody will send money to you. It's not going to be now. So if you say we should keep on Nigeria, expect less from diaspora in the next 20 years. 20 years, I will be 60. If we don't get this Yoruba nation out of the way as quickly as possible, Nigeria is not going to work. Happy New Year to those of you saying Happy New Year to us. So I'm going to run this video. I'm going to come up of my seat. Okay, I want to do analysis on this. I'm not going to run this. Let me give you this. Okay, no, there's another one I've got ready. Let's our traditional rulers were they are one of our problems. Let's watch
Look
this
at
guy.
our traditional.
And it's the same thing, àti ní Ghana, àti ní Nigeria. Kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ́ bàbá tó kú lánàá tó wájà, ọ̀nà bá máa ń wájà ni. He left a Nigeria that is working. That is entirely up to us. Let's go downstairs. Come, Baba. Let's go downstairs. So I'm going to stand up of my seat, but I can assure you I'll be up before 5 minutes.
Leaders and the slave trade. We blame the whites for the slave trade we went through. We blame the whites that they offended us. They took us as slaves. But let's wait for a minute. Who sold the black man to the whites? Who sold the black man to the whites? Our own traditional leaders. The enemy is not outside. The enemy is within. If we are asking the Europeans to pacify us and also to apologize to us, our traditional leaders must be the first to apologize on behalf of their ancestors for the evil they have done against their fellow blacks. Look at our attitude towards the environment and the destruction of our water bodies. All our river bodies have turned into dark brown. And you know what they said? In the next 20 years, if we don't stop this illegal mining, Ghana, we will import water to drink. Yet we don't care. And Chinese, they will come from their country into our forest, destroy our forest, destroy our land, and illegally mine and damage our waters. How can they come if the traditional leaders didn't give them permission to do that? And in one instance, while they were dead, our military went there to protect them. Our own military that is supposed to protect us, rather protected the foreigners to destroy our water and destroy our forests. The enemy is not outside, the enemy is within. If you look at our own systems and structures in our country, we don't have a better system to improve the lives of people. Pastor, I was surprised when I read in China, they had a 10-year vision, and they said from 2011, their vision was that in 10 years from 2011, and 10 years from 2011 will be what year? This year, 2021, that they will raise over 20% of the people to become multi-millionaires. Now in 2021, they have 1.8 million Chinese who are multi-millionaires in China, and they are between the age of 40 to 50 years. Multi-millionaires. The government intentionally decided that they will make sure they will have 20% of the population multi-millionaires. They also agreed that they will make sure that they will lift up the poorest of the poor. And they lifted 100 million people from begging to live a better life. But in this country, in our country, we fight our own businessmen. Our government will fight our business people. When they know that your business is thriving, and they know that perhaps you are not sympathetic towards the running party or the ruling party, they will fight you, collapse your company, and make you poor. When in China, they want to make the people rich. In Africa, we want to make our own people poor. The enemy is not outside. The enemy is within. Look at our African leaders.
The enemy is within. The enemy is not outside. And everybody knows that. But we live in a country that is in denial. Look at the headline. Nigeria's inflation rate may become among the world's highest in 2022, according to World Bank. So, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe ń sọ pé any project ẹ fẹ́ lọ ṣe nílé, any investment ẹ fẹ́ lọ ṣe nílé, I would rather say, think about it properly. Maybe you should just hold on until you know what is going to happen. It doesn't matter how much you love Nigeria. Nigeria hates you so much. And you know what? These are the people we are living with. Terrorists destroy 1 million buildings in Borno State. Do you understand what that means? You might say, but Koiki is not in Nigeria, is not in the southwest, it's up there in the northeast, northwest, in Katsina, Borno, blah, blah, blah. Look at what they've done. Police lost 5 officers, killed 38 terrorists in Katsina. Nigeria wobbles along amid security threat, says Kigama. The 12-year Boko Haram terrorism has claimed almost 1 million houses, 665 municipal buildings, 201 healthcare centers that are not even in a good shape in the first place. Other destroyed public structures include 552 primary and secondary schools, as well as 2 tertiary institutions at Bama, Gaborea, a border community with Cameroon. According to the World Bank's report on the Northeast Recovery and Peace Building Assessment, released in Maiduguri yesterday, noted about 665 municipal buildings comprising ministry, local council buildings, correlation centers, police stations, electric supply offices were destroyed in Borno State. And yet, we, the peace-loving people, that have not damaged, killed, maimed, fight the government, Chief Sunday IGBOHO is the one that the government is running after. But the main terrorists that have made life miserable for you, that have not given you better access. Anyway, but I'm not having my business in that part of the region. But the question now is, these terrorists are now coming down, further down. Let's watch this video as part of what Nigeria can do to you.
Yes, we are reporting live at Agulek. This is Agulek live. This incident happened here yesterday. As you can see, this is someone who have...
This happened just before Christmas, I believe. But I only got to pick up the story yesterday.
In one word or other, prepared to celebrate this Christmas with us. You see someone's corpse being tied in Okada. This is Agulek. The bridge one, as you are descending from the hill, this is what you see. So we have been agitating about the poor governance in Anambra State, and people don't care. But now, thanks be to the Almighty God, that our people, they have been started noticing why we are agitating and why we are clamoring for good governance in Anambra State. This incident happened yesterday. I will show you some corpses, burnt corpses of our fellow Anambelians, people that lost their lives yesterday. Yeah, don't doubt me. This is the leg. Let me show you the leg. Can you see these are the leg? You see the leg now? Yes, these are the leg. Okay? Join our live broadcast. They are about to evacuate the truck that caused the mayhem yesterday. You can see the Federal Road Safety Agency trying to evacuate the trucks. This is what and why we are agitating. When you see people saying that, hey, why can't you mind your business? Why can't you mind your work? Why should I mind my work? Why should I mind my business? This is my only state. Anambra State is the only state I have. It is our birthright. We should stand up to condemn this evil. We should stand up to condemn it. This 2022 will be hot between us and the government. See, life and direct from Agulek. Let me show you what happened yesterday. You see people about 2 shuttle was burnt to ashes. People inside the shuttle, they were all stuck and burnt to ashes. If you see what most of the shuttle drivers were saying here, upon all the huge amount of taxes, the tickets they pay on a daily basis, no one cares about their welfare. What we are after is to extort money from the poor citizens, to extort money from the poor keke na pepe drivers, to extort money from the poor shuttle drivers, you will see, I'm close to the shuttle buses now. You see people's cars burnt to ashes. Those who have prepared in one way or the other to celebrate this Christmas with us. Oh yeah, see what happened here yesterday. These are human beings like you.
These are human beings like you. This future that we're asking is not the future that you have now in this shithole country you call Nigeria. Let's continue. Burnt to ashes. You might say it's still in Southeast. I say it's getting closer every day, every day. Nobody is even going to identify who died there and who doesn't die there. As long as they're concerned, they're gone. This happened just last month before Christmas, I believe.
These are human beings like you. See their scores? We cannot even count their numbers. This happened yesterday here at Agoro. You see human beings? You see intestine? Do you get me? You see it? This is the box number one. Box number one. See another one. See another one. This is why we are agitating, and we cannot run. No amount of arrest, no amount of intimidation, no amount of intimidation that we are.
Now you will see the cause of this problem. This is got nothing to do with Fulani attack. This is not Fulani attack, but you will see the cause of the problem, and that cause to continue to believe in one Nigeria. That cause here until we all say enough is enough.
They have stopped us from agitating. And from Anambra State and from Orumba North, to be precise. Look at what happened here. Again, you are watching me. This is a wreck. This thing happened yesterday. See human beings, see human scores. This is why we are agitating. Apuga. We have said it.
They don't even know how many people died in that vehicle. Yes, it is getting closer every day. People will wake up. The war is not about until people say you bring machine gun. The machine gun did not kill these people, but something killed them. Emma Bonison.
Africa, they have failed us. Even our church leaders, they contributed to what we are passing to.
The other, our church leaders, our imam, our political parties, APC, PDP, Abuga, Kinikaga.
Today, they contributed to that. See human beings. Or this is maybe they were on their way going to Oka or going to Ekurobia. And this incident happened yesterday. See human beings. I cannot even count their numbers. You see them? You see them? You see them? This is why we are agitating. Look at me. Because of post of a PA or SA, you lost your senses. You lost your senses because you want appointment from government. We join politics not because of appointment. We join politics because of what we believe in. 2022 will be very hot. This is Agolek. I have to stop by to cover what is happening here. Okay? Every week, we record such incidents here. Every week.
This is similar just as Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Sorry, what to get Diaspora. That's on your point. Already Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you look to happen.
Let me show you the expansion joint on this bridge. Show the expansion joint. See it here? Okay, man, you are seeing it? This expansion joint one. You see how bad this? We have tamper rubber. We have 1, 2, about 3 rubber here. We are not fixed. About 3 we are not fixed here. I'm back again. Network was very bad. So
remember, 5G is what they are telling you that investors have already paid the government 533 million. But the 4G, what effect is it done? Let's continue.
Button right from Agolek bridge number 1 as you are descending from Ago. This road safety box trying to evacuate the Chiari JP. You see why we are agitating? when we are agitating for bad governance, not because of personal interest. We don't have interest for anything. I don't need anybody's salary. I'm contented with what I have.
Again, look at the road. Did you hear the guy? He's contented with what he has, but he wants a better future. Not the future in that shithole, messed up, bad government country that you call location 419. Look at the joint expansion. Can you see this like this on M25? Can you see this on A406? Can you see this on the A40, A10, and probably your own highway wherever you are in the world? What cost does it make to put the necessary things in place and save lives? So it's not about Fulani Kolomapani. So many things will kill you. Let's continue. And the government has already launched this road. They've taken picture. Money has been swallowed. Some people have put the money in abroad. They've bought houses. And you supporting them will be the one to drive on the road and you will die on that road.
This is another expansion joint. You see the condition of this one?
My brother,
can you see this in UK?
Did you hear that?
Can you see this in US?
Did you hear
Can
that?
you see that place you are deciding? See this expansion joint. This one is even expanding and no one cares. See. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Thank you, my brother. All hail Biafra. Let's come back again to the full screen. And this has always been their problem. You don't have to agree with us. Death will definitely come. How? Nobody knows. Can it be prevented? Oh, yes. Is the future in Nigeria ready to prevent it now? It's getting closer on a daily basis. Osumo, dear. But a lot of you now are more excited that 2023 is coming. It is a time to make money. You're given a vehicle. Show him all about branding. You want talk money, you want to fish a driver. So that while you point, títì ló máa pa ẹ́ sí. Sórí mọ́tò tó fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn tó brand yẹn tó fẹ́ pò ló máa jẹ́ driver tó máa wà á máa yá tó máa lọ APC because ó ti mọ̀ pé lẹ́yìn tó bá parí gbogbo election wọn ìwọ ló máa fún ní mọ́tò yẹn ó ti gbà wípé àwọn tó fún ẹ mọ́tò àwọn lọ lórí títì. Ṣé wọ́n ní 73,000 naira tó lè fi lọ sí Abuja láti Èkó? So if you have to go to Abuja or you have to go from Lagos to anywhere to your hometown, you're going to drive on that road that has cost lives. Did you see that video? The guy said, I cannot count the bodies. Oh, my tummy by body. In your knee. Ó ti di gúgúrú sínú box yẹn. And you can see that is not Fulani attack. I mean, I never said it was going to be Fulani attack, but I just played that video. Maybe somebody will say, I'm Fulani, look, no. So many things will kill you in Nigeria. So many things will kill you in that future that you are trying to bring up to the standard that they know it's all lies. Because they do not want that. And that is why we are saying, we the indigenous people,
Indigenous.
Kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Tí bá sọ pé indigenous. Indigenous peoples, also referred to as the first peoples, First Nations, Aboriginal people, Native people, or autochthonous peoples, or cultural distinct ethnic groups who are related to the earliest known inhabitant of a particular geographical region. Where is our geographical region? Ilẹ̀ Yoruba, that was converted in 1914 by Great Britain. That we are now trying to say it is not working. There will never be unity among us. Forget about it. Mo fẹ́ Hausa, you don't mean anything. Mo fẹ́ Fulani, wọ́n ti ń gbé pẹ̀lú wa for thousands of years, for hundreds of years. the unity will never be there for the people of
Indigenous.
This is going to be more of this coming to you in the Southwest. But a lot of people are playing with fire. Let's hear this again.
The Church of Nigeria has prayed and God has answered our prayers. You ask me how. He answered our prayers by giving us large followership. Nigeria, the church, mega churches in Nigeria, they are not available anywhere in the world. No church like Redeem, no church like Winners, no church like Mountain of Fire, no church like Chosen, no church like Christ Embassy, no church like Deeper Life in the world. Redeem alone has over 40,000 parishes. Winner alone has 30,000. There are only 10,000 wards in Nigeria where decisions of those who rule these countries are made. So it's not just deliver Nigeria. It should be God, wake up your church. Talk to your general overseers. The church community is an imprisoned community. Our general overseers have imprisoned us. They must release us, mobilize us, encourage us to go to the grassroots. Politics is grassroots. You know, I have done.
The guy is telling you that with all these churches all over Nigeria, gbogbo church tó wà ní Nigeria, do you think they want the future for you? We are fighting so that we can get a future. You've not delayed my own future. I am only trying to make sure that you can get that same future that we're having outside. You haven't stopped my future. Yoruba Nation hasn't stopped me from doing what I want to do as my own plan. Be my plan. Just as you have your own plan in that contraction. And that plan will never work. You can be making money, but one day, it could be one day in 10 years, 20 years, the whole thing will go boom. What future do you have? And that is why we are demanding for self-determination as the indigenous people. I can show you all the atrocities, the crime against humanity, everything happening in Nigeria. There's a lot of them every day. There was one in Abuja airport yesterday where somebody was almost dying and there's no medical assistance to save that life. It's on our timeline. I can continue to show you that, but is that the future that you want? Or is it a future that will have a big impact? And that is why I will continue to say the future for Yoruba nation, Oduduwa nation, is in our hands as the people. And we must do everything within our means to make sure that that future is not killed, just as Tolulokpa Rotile was killed. From Kwara State, Kogi, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, Ogun, Lagos, we must all now wake up to make sure the future ta fẹ́ gangan òun la fẹ́ gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn. And everything that needs to be done to mobilize the people. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá gbà pátápátá, we must throw it into it this year. If true, our future is in our hands. We must throw everything into it. The government will play our mind. The government will do everything because they are more powerful. They have the resources. But they cannot read the minds of me, you, him, her. Well, they read minds. They can always look at me and say, what next does this guy wants to do? But they don't know the next person, that they cannot see the picture. So we have millions of you out there now, always asking the question, what should we do? What are we going to do? That future belongs to you, just as that future belongs to me as well. We are already doing what needs to be done. You can do the same thing with your groups, with your network, to educate, to take the awareness, to take the campaign to wherever it needs to be taken to. Because if not, the future you are looking at in Nigeria, APC Oba Wole, PDP Oba Wole, it's not going to change the future. And I'm talking about another 7 elections, which is about 30 years from now. Seven more elections in that contraction is about 30 years from now. I've calculated it. For 4 years. I will be 70. And I'll have a better future outside Nigeria. But you, my same age mate, just as àwọn bàbá wa kan nísìn, wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n làágùn, wọ́n rí gbogbo pension wọn gbà, wọ́n rí welfare gbà, wọ́n tẹ̀lé tọ́jú ọmọ, débi kó fẹ́ tọ́jú ọmọ ọmọ. So you might be laughing at us. You might not take us serious. You might ignore us. But 30 years from now, if we continue in Nigeria, I will still have a good future outside. You might have a good future as well, but it might not last because the system wants to make sure that your life is not dictated on your own behalf. We can stop it now. How do we stop it? Take the message from one end to the other. And everybody knows the message that needs to be taken. You don't need to call the show and say, message you only kilafeshi in Kalamashibai. If you call and continue to say the same thing, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. Bá a sọ láti sí títí di ọ̀túnla mẹ́wàá. It's not going to change anything. But what can change is if we all mobilize to stop that present future that it's in that messed up country called Nigeria. That country that has held you to bondage. That country that have given access to criminals to invade our domain, our territory. That country that has made life miserable for you. But a lot of you are playing with fire and financially because you're not taking it serious. We are more concerned of losing the focus, but the real focus is those that wants to make sure that the future because if we have a future where everybody has a right everybody fundamental human right. Everybody is not being killed because we know who is who. Some might say Rome was not built in one day. We will play that politics to that level, but you are still playing politics with the caliphate that has a different mindset. And that is why we are saying we still have the opportunity. The truth is there. The indexes is there. That Nigeria is a failed country. But they're trying to patch it and hold on to it together. For how long? It will be determined by myself and you, not by KOIKIMEDIA. For how long do we continue with one Nigeria is everybody's problem, not just me. So if you think that it's just going to be on this platform, no. Bubuani, I have families in there, big family. Are they suffering? Oh yes, big time. Can I sustain and keep every one of them afloat? I'll be fooling myself. Are they interested in what I'm doing? Maybe some of them, maybe not all. How do we end it? We all going to be involved. A lot of you want we take calls in just about a few minutes. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ táwọn èèyàn fẹ́ ni pé kẹ́ wá sórí show. And we say, boom, 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 boom. We've done that. We have beat the drums. It is time now to activate that drum. Is this platform activated? You're going to be fooling yourself. We haven't got the resources in my hands to say, Koiki, if the resources yẹn ti wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ, oh, lọ bá wa activate it. We need that resources. Where are the groups, the organization to take the message to the grassroots this year? January is already on the countdown. Today is the 3rd. 12 months from now, our fate will be determined by every single one of us, whether Irilanshi are serious. And if we're serious, we're all going to get involved as quickly as possible now. We're all going to be involved. We're going to open the phone line. And that call will just be in very, very small numbers. 15:04. That is 4 minutes past 4 p.m. local time. So if that's a program, then become more alive for a program. All right. All right. All right. Go ahead.
Everything in mobile fast,
Go ahead, sir. Pastor, okay, go on.
Even àwọn statistics don show fún ara wọn àwọn náà rí pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ń dàrú sí ni. Going bad, from bad to worse, and from worse to worse. Ẹ wo ọmọ ọdún mọ́kànlá tó lọ ń tó. Ọmọ ọdún mọ́kànlá, so àwọn nǹkan yẹn ó rí ìdùnnú gan ó fa ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn nǹkan tí bàbá wa ṣe ti ẹ̀ka ẹ̀rí ìgbà kan tí wọ́n ń gbẹ̀sán sọ̀rọ̀ one of his recordings bàbá yẹn ń sunkún. Àwọn ọmọ tí ó wà ní school wọ́n ta pure water adẹ̀rí. So solution àwọn tí a ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbọ́ yín àwọn mi wà nílé, mi wà lókè òkun, different places. Ẹ̀yin náà tẹ wà ní iwájú ogun tẹ̀ ń fi gbogbo àwọn àṣírí àti gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀rọ wọ̀nyí fún gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn. Ààrẹ tẹ̀ lẹ́yìn yín. Báwo la ṣe máa wá solution ká máa pín ọ̀nà ara wa sí? Solution táwọn tó wà ní máa ṣe. Where the solution táwọn tó wà ní diaspora máa ṣe. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kí ìjọba kó wà ní Nàìjíríà. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni káwọn Yorùbá àti community àti èrè nílùú Nàìjíríà yẹn ká kóra wa jọ nílùú Nàìjíríà yẹn pé lò. Aláàbò Nàìjíríà wọ́n bá yẹn láti Yorùbá bàjẹ́ lọ lélẹ́yìí kò yẹ kó rí báyìí. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kí títì má dáa. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni káwọn ènìyàn kó kó ara wọn jọ pé we have to do something about it. Ìtẹ̀síwájú àwọn ọmọ wa ó ń lọ lélẹ́yìí. Ó ń bàjẹ́ lọ lélẹ́yìí. Nígbà tí about 10 million àbí mẹ́rin lẹ́ pé go out of school. You understand? The people of Yoruba themselves máa láti máa kó ara wa jọ pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú kọ́ lélẹ́yìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ ìtẹ̀síwájú ìdàgbàsókè development community Yorùbá nílùú Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀ka ọ̀tún ànílé. Àwọn tó wà ní diaspora solution wọn lè ṣe é pé àwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kó ara wa jọ Yorùbá. Pé kí ìran wa kó má parun, kí ìtẹ̀síwájú lè wà, báwa láti lè kó ara wa jọ lójú sódà á lè ran àwọn tó wà nílé lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú tẹ̀kọ́ lílé yìí báyìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ gba ìjàngbara kọ́ lílé yìí là ń sọ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ there are two different things. Ogun yẹn àdìjà pọ̀. Ogun àti tí Yorùbá kó di orílẹ̀-èdè ọ̀tọ̀ lógun yẹn. Ogun kí Yorùbá kó ti ṣe kán ti bẹ́ lọ. Tó má ti pé ó ń lọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo education gbogbo ìmọ̀ lọ́lẹ̀. Ogun mi gangan ti nìyẹn. So aláti separate ogun yìí, aláti separate ìjàngbara yìí mo ṣe sọ nínú mẹ́sẹ̀jì mi táwọn tó wà ní Yorùbá nation Yorùbá central office. Ilé iṣẹ́ ìsọ igan is very important. Very important as getting Yorùbá nation. Yorùbá nation country, our own WC. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa? Báwo làwọn ọmọ wa ṣe máa wà tó ọ̀jẹ́ ní school? Kí là ń ṣe kí là máa ṣe nípa aláti wá solution? Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀jẹ̀gbẹ̀ kan lélẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ community Yorùbá. Bí a ṣe ní gómìnà fún gbogbo àwọn state by state. Ó yẹ ká wá ní àwọn tó máa jẹ́ olórí ìdàgbàsókè Yorùbá àti whole. Ó yẹ ká níyẹn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bọ́dá àgbà Yorùbá kan jù wá àgbà Yorùbá kan jù àwọn kan láti dìde kó ká wọn lára pé kò jẹ́ kó níbà ní 20 years time ẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ ìlẹ́kùn yẹn nísìnyí. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ni a lè ráwọn tẹ́ kó fún ọ̀gá tó ta omi tó ta ní títì. Kí ni plan fún wọn? We must come up. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa gba Yorùbá là Yorùbá ló máa gba ara wa la. We must come up. Anybody jà. Ọ̀rọ̀ bá ṣòṣèlú kan lélẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ṣòṣèlú kan lélẹ̀. Pẹ̀tẹ́ bá kó ara wa jọ pọ̀. Ẹ bá sọ pé look, this is the solution. We've got to do something about it. It is getting bad. It's bad. Òní báyìí náà àwọn gbàgbọ́n wà ní secondary school. Òní báyìí gbàgbé ìlú fúnra mi wà ní primary school. A máa fún wa ní milk. Wọ́n kó milk wá free of charge. Nígbà tí mo wà ní yunifásitì, milk ticket báyìí wọ́n máa ti sanwó oúnjẹ fún wa. Everything wọ́n ti wà sorted out. It's going bad. So community wa fún ara wa Yorùbá ní orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn ní kábẹ̀ sí ti ogun mi completely different war lílé. Àwọn tó lè jẹ́ òṣèlú nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ ọ̀gàn mí ní completely. Táwọn bá ti ṣe bọ́jẹ̀tì wọn, wọ́n ti ṣọ̀nà, wọ́n ti ṣe títì láti fi nǹkan táwọn fèsì yẹn. Gbogbo developmental work yẹ ká ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè gẹ́gẹ́ bí eré. Ó dàbí pé ọ̀kan bí a ti yẹn. Àwa community Yorùbá ní ìlú Nàìjíríà, àwa ẹ̀ la máa dìde. We know this is not the way we want it to go. Our life and the life and race of Yoruba cannot carry on going down like this. The other thing is open here is a different war entirely. Tá máa jà ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Àwọn táde wà á diaspora. Olùkàkùn ní ẹlẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́ fún àtìgbà Yorùbá jáde ní àsìkò tó jákọ́ nìyẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n ìjà pé wàá máa develop kí kóòtù kí Yorùbá race kó má go down. It's a different war entirely. It's a different battle. It's a different jàǹbára entirely. Aláti ti ṣe fún yẹn, a lè mix wọn pọ̀. Afẹ́fẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ìkọ̀kọ̀ nìyẹn. Afẹ́ kí Yorùbá kó develop kan ní ìmọ̀ ká develop ṣe different thing. Nǹkan tí Yorùbá essential office ń ṣe nìyẹn. Nǹkan tí ẹ ṣe hàn lé ní láti wà lórí past 2-3 hours mo tún gba ẹ̀ ń lọ. What we are saying, The fear they come and don't let us down this way. We have to do something about it. Our Yoruba about it, completely. It's so good that come out from power, they can put a drop in there. So let's go on in the UK between 5 and 16. You can't go back in school. Once you're go back home to school. Once you're you go to prison. But if I 16 or 20 to tomorrow, you are going to vocation, you go to university or do something. But you tell them here now. Our community, you go for all of us. They are come up here to our governor, come up to our council. In Yoruba, our Calabar, the phone is the money. Who has been struggling on Yoruba nation now, That is one battle, that is one war. It's a different war. For the Yoruba to come up out of this government, out of going down the drain. In a collaborative side, I can separate it. I tell one who has to yes, I explain power of your law. As the central office is already pushing one, I get out of the chapel.
No problem.
I think that Yoruba nation, what I get Yoruba like the best. That's why you are the power more clear. Come out of your water, now to make mewa. I don't check on the school. Our community, that are sorrow, our governor, our government, our community is in here now. You know, so contribution professionally, you have to expose a lot of things. This is a classic recording. Classic recording, really, wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Expose a lot of things. It's a challenge to all of us. It's a challenge for Yoruba right now. It's a challenge, but seriously, I want that one in Diaspora. So we now have to react, we have now to respond.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm a need a solution.
All right, sir. Let's go straight to the that was Pastor Kibiorun, and I'm like I'm lọ sí ọ́fíìsì yẹn láti fi wọn ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire more about the Yoruba Central Office here in UK. We have a new caller on the line. Hello.
Hello. Happy New Year, my brother.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Strength. You are doing a wonderful job. My own constitution, because what I understand the control. Because in the actual movement, today, and when you come, what the movement free. Àti sọ fún ìjọba mọ̀ wípé constitution yìí gangan ibẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọ́n ti kọ̀wé sí wọn, wọ́n mọ̀ pé òfin kìíní ìbò tí ìbá àdìmú sí. So káwọn kan tó máa gbé pé má sọ pé káwọn àkọsẹ́ tó lè sọ pé kẹ́nìkan má dìbò. Ayé sọ ọ̀rọ̀ báàdì. A ti ṣe rálì àwọn èèyàn ti dìde. Kò sẹ́ tí ó mọ̀ pé constitution yìí gangan ni problem. They build the community like the constitution ẹ wá lẹ̀ ẹjọ́ ẹ tún máa bá wa fún wọn. Ìjọba mọ̀ pé a ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìwọ̀n tí mọ̀ bá ti sọ fún àwọn. So àbọ̀rọ̀ máa dábàá ìbò ikọ̀ ọ̀kọ̀ yẹn wọ́n kàn fẹ́ máa distract wa ni. So tí olórí bá dìde pé a kò lè síbò ẹnì kan ò ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti máa sọ pé ẹ kò sẹ́ tó lè sọ pé ẹnì kan kò máa dìbò. A ní ìbò ò lè wáyé. Eléyìí ò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ̀fẹ́ bá jọba jà ìjọba ti mọ̀ pé a ní constitution this is the last era. Òṣèlú last wọn ní wọ́n yá sí ìgbé òkìkí lẹ́fẹ́ ṣe let's not talk about it kan tó yẹ kó máa ṣe yẹn kì í ṣe pé kó tó máa ṣe ìgbésẹ̀ báwọn fẹ́ campaign. So ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹ kó yé wa á ti jáde á ti pariwo. So constitution yẹn ní sí ìgbé òkè let us talk about it nǹkan tó yẹ kí ìjọba máa sọ nìyẹn. So pé àwọn fẹ́ campaign pé kí wọ́n lọ dìbò gbogbo èrè àní. So káwọn èèyàn máa because níṣẹ́ wọ́n fẹ́ máa lo àwọn kan láti máa sọ̀tọ̀ fún sọ pé ìbá àwọn ìjọba jà. Eléyìí ò ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ bá ìjọba jà. Tíjọba bá fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ ó yẹ kó kọ́ pé kìkì lẹ fẹ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa wá ṣe ìgbẹ̀gbẹ̀ lájọ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ká dẹ̀ decide bí a fẹ́ dúró
láì má
Nàìjíríà
sí
ni bí a ní dúró
no
Nàìjíríà ni
way forward.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni okay all
You
right
know, láì má sí yẹn kò sí no forward. tó bá ṣe mọ láìkí tó gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ rẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó the last one àbó ṣe sọ pé this is another battle kan which I really agree with you. bọ́ àdìgbò méjèèjì kan bọ̀ náà ní èsì láti ẹ̀ṣin kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ́jú constitution iná káàkọ́ lọ́jú pé yes àti òmìnira ara wa.
ẹ ṣe gan ni
so àbíbá wa náà máa build ìlú wa bá a ṣe fẹ́ kó rí. because if ẹ bá wo fún mi sọ pé ẹ ò náà kó àwọn criminal wá pé wọn ò ní school ṣebí ibi táwọn lọ́wọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn tí wọ́n fi ń bàjá pé wọ́n láti wo bí tí ò bá mọ́ wọn lọ sí school náà ó máa bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ni àwọn ò fẹ́ rú ẹ̀ báwa dẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ tí wàá bì nìyẹn so we have to go back to that bẹ̀rẹ̀ constitution that bring down so where the it is not ìhàlẹ̀ government mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí a ti sọ fáwọn tẹ́lẹ̀ nǹkan tábà fẹ́ nìyẹn why can't the government come forward lókè o kí lọ́nà àbáyọ kí referendum kó dúró wọ́n tún di pé wọ́n tún wá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí oníbò bí. tó pípọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wá gbogbo àwọn gbogbo ọ̀tọ̀kùsọ táwọn bí sọ pé ẹnìkan lẹ́ ọ̀nà ti sọ yẹn ṣáwọn òmò bíi tí movement ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ movement ò bẹ̀rẹ̀ nígbà pé ìdánwò movement bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo lẹ́tà tí wọ́n ti fún fún even Nigerian government mọ̀ wọ́n gba lẹ́tà. so àwọn gbọ̀ngàn ló ń fi tó kẹ́nìkan bá ní pé kẹ́nìkan bá dìbò kì í ṣe pé bóyá èèyàn against òfin yẹn ti break already constitution yẹn ti break already tá a bá fẹ́ way forward they have to say okay kí ni nǹkan tá a fẹ́ so a ò jájá ẹbí ìfọdà wọn kàn wò ó yẹ pé it is not ìjẹ ẹbí èmi àti níjọ wà ti bàtà ní lẹ́tà lóye ignore letters tí mo bá ń lọ kọ́ pé yín lọ kọ́ ọ̀tún lẹ́ẹ̀ta tẹ̀lé don't ignore that so gbogbo faces yẹn ti lọ ó ti problem tí o bá sọ nǹkan kankan kò yé àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ bí gbogbo oríṣiríṣi and ó dẹ̀ ń bínú inú bí mi gan.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you ẹ ṣe gan ni no problem no problem ẹ ṣe gan ni
because
ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you very much.
because ìgbà wo ṣe máa lo fear fáwọn èèyàn pé tẹ bá lẹ́ẹ̀dìbò bí ẹni pé ẹ̀rọ fi ìjọba kò sí nǹkan tó jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti jáde wọ́n ti sọ pé nǹkan báyìí làwọn fẹ́ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ni ò fẹ́ gbọ́.
ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa thank you very much for that brilliant contribution as well. I think we've missed a couple of calls as well and we're going to return this call. Let me say this for the benefit of those of you you know that have been watching. There's a lot of hoo-la-la that is going on in different media, different says, different essay and all that. But the only thing that has not changed is whatever I have said on this platform. Whatever I say, whether on Chief Sunday IGBOHO, whether on what I have said, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. There will be a lot of people who will say different things. But this is our own platform. And this platform as well speaks on behalf of Chief Sunday IGBOHO. Confirmed authoritatively. So there's no reason for us to be in any doubt. He will be out very soon himself. And when he comes out, we continue the same way it has always been. And I'm sure the message is well understood by those of you that are watching us. Let's the calls quickly because we haven't got all the time today. We've spent over 2 hours already. We shouldn't do more than 3 hours. Go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah.
Ṣẹ́rí nǹkan tẹ̀ máa sọ ni kọ́là kan pè pé lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé ká tètè ká máa ṣe pé community ká máa múra ká ṣe kíní ká ṣe tán. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi rò pé àwọn gbogbo NGO tó ti wá ṣiṣẹ́ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá fún goddamn years nǹkan mélòó lọ́ọ́ ti rí ṣe ń bẹ̀. You can't do anything because the government will frustrate you. And the government will frustrate you to the point that you just act up. So, and it is not our responsibility. Mo lè lọ sí ìlú tí mo wà ní sí mo lè lọ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí community kan ti gbẹ̀rù mi mo fẹ́ lọ máa kọ́ ẹni pé community we have to develop it ourselves. No, o máa gba license, o máa gba permission, o máa gba gbogbo tó lè lọ máa kọ́ anything bẹ́ẹ̀ because ó ti wà ó ti ní town planning already.
Yeah, you're right. I remember traveling to Abeokuta some few years back. It almost created a lot of problem after we left our primary school because one was by permission from blah 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 blah. You know, I was going with one NGO then, and at the end of the day, it almost created, you know, the proprietor, or the headmaster, or the headmistress, or the headmaster, then losing a job that day. You know, and I can understand what you're saying. So I think the point which we need to focus is how do we get out of Nigeria? The development will come as quickly as possible when we are out of the country. But we can be preparing the plan for that in readiness. Because like I said last year, that some people must be preparing for emergency equipment. Some people must be preparing for how to contact United Nations for multiple supply of different things. Things will go haywire. When it's going to go haywire is what everybody is waiting for. Go ahead.
Exactly. So, like or school, but those people that are saying they like Nigeria, they don't want Nigeria to break up. I don't understand because bí ọmọ gbàtẹ́ pé ẹni tó wà nínú òfin gan ó ń kọjá lára àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ pé 4 years old 5 years old tó ń kiri bread tó ń kiri àkàrà tó ń kiri gbogbo kiri yẹn. So they don't know that those kind of things are child abuse. Those are child abuse because I cannot imagine here now pé mo rán ọmọ mi jáde pé kó jọ lọ sí Tesco pé kó lọ ra kíní wá ó tẹ̀sán jáde gan pé kíní pé tó bá rí dé ọmọ ọlọ́pàá ni pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ child services ló máa wà involved. So we cannot do the government's job for them. It is the government's job to do the road, to do the educational system. That's why they collect budget for the educational system. Wọ́n gba budget, wọ́n gba owó fún gbogbo kíni ẹ̀. So tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe tí gbogbo school tó wà ní Tẹ̀rẹ́tì àti Amúgbóṣọlá Arẹ́gbẹ́múgbóṣọlá tó kílè pé òun ṣe ọpọ́n ìmọ̀ tó ṣe ọpọ́n ìmọ̀ fún kámẹ́rà láti lọ sí Ọ̀ṣun ta lọ sí àwọn schools yẹn tó ṣe ọpọ́n ìmọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ṣe iPad níbẹ̀ tó ṣe tablet. So you cannot do anything. So unless we kill that government there and then we activate our own government. That's the only thing, that's the only way that progress can come. But if you're saying you want to go and be doing this out of your own pocket or bringing this person, bringing that, of course, commission, because of that, don't worry, hands off from that thing. And you will hands off. So, we cannot do anything right now, but we can have a plan that when we collect our nation, these are the plans. What you need proposed constitutions, you don't want. Though I in review at the moment, attended in here because we can be called at any time. So, but so I want to know educational people, don't want educational board. But I got some articulate this system that man to put in because about the by share any in school, you know, I go because they are not up to standard. I want to know. I'm at to question. Àwọn schools àti hospitals go nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ mother and child hospital go kiri bẹ́ẹ̀ iṣẹ́ máa ń kọ rẹpẹtẹ táwọn máa ṣe so people they will not be kidding the benefit system á wà pé ìwọ tí ọmọ ẹ tó bá láìsàn báyìí oyè báyìí ló máa gbà ìwọ tí ọmọ ẹ bá tó bá bí wọn lọ́dọ̀ kiri títí di ọjọ́ báyìí oyè báyìí ló máa gbà so gbogbo àwọn kiri benefit system á ti wà bẹ́ẹ̀ so we will not need to now say let's cater for children because individuals do not do it. The individual bá ṣe ó máa fẹ́ ṣe in a private way or philanthropy way pé òun fẹ́ donate nǹkan báyìí out of his own clinic pé pé ó wá lọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ ìjọba náà. A lè máa ti pé afẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ajẹ́ ká lọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ ìjọba kó wá gba phone call láti Àbújá that you've lost everything. Àwọn òyìnbó tó ti lọ sí ìlú mélòó náà ló ti ṣe àdìsá àwọn òyìnbó tó ń fi àwọn ọmọ wa parọ́ pé kíní kan Khadija walk to the water to collect water for the day. She walks 2 miles. Okay, àti ọ̀tọ̀ tí ń ṣe àdúrà ti ẹjọ́ ṣé Áfíríkà ti yí padà Áfíríkà ti di London ni. So if a man take any command, we need to, illustrate properly and see things in a different way. These governments that are there now, this Nigerian government, are child abusers, they are child molesters, everything. Okay. Because I can't imagine you going, you're in your car
let me take this call because it's a direct call from Nigeria. It's a direct call from Nigeria.
There's 2 years old call.
Sorry, my brother. Let me pick this one because it's a direct call from Nigeria. I might call you back in a bit. Because on back with that delay, we have to always give them a good preference because they're spending money. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr. Pioki.
Yeah.
Koiki.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
It's on.
Hello.
I'm going, sir.
Mr. Josh on the line.
Go ahead.
Sharing those channels. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa lé àwọn pípọ̀ ìkú ọ̀bẹ àwọn oníṣù ẹ̀rọ máa wọ school àwọn àwọn kìíní kan. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe lé wọn kú ọ̀bẹ náà. Ẹ̀rọ lé wọn kú ọ̀bẹ àwọn Nàìjíríà lè fi kọ́.
Mo ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀rọ lé wọn kú ọ̀bẹ. Graduate méjì ni mo ní. Èmi ni mo bá wọn báyìí mo ṣe wà yìí. Hello. À
ń gbọ́ yín sà ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọ fẹ́ interfere ni.
Graduate méjì mo ní nípa ìfọ̀sọ́kù. I'm 72 years old. Now, kìíní yóò wọ́ọ̀tì gan ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa push up people ìníkẹ́ wá. Tọ́wọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kílẹ̀ ń pè é kíní.
Campaign wọn. Campaign wọn.
Tọ́wọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ campaign yẹn.
Àwa náà máa fọ́n síta. Ó ti yé mi.
Wọ́n ṣe máa bá a ṣe máa bóyá bọ́ọ̀kù ni. Àwọn tó wà ní pé àwọn tó kó jẹ́ oníkọ̀ọ́sílẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ máa wà ní ẹgbẹ́ síbẹ̀ kọ́síkàtà gbogbo ọ̀dà nù. Tí ò bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ rán lẹ́pa o, kò sí dáadé ṣe orípo yìí, wọ́n ti gbalẹ̀ gidi gan. Òdodo mo sọ fún yín yẹn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn èèyàn, wọ́n wọ̀ wọ́n láàrin, wọ́n wọ àárín wọn lọ, kọ́ máa fara hàn. Wọ́n ju tó wáyé kọ́ máa sanwó ẹ̀mí fún tọ̀hún ní kó sanwó ẹ̀mí ẹ̀. Kò náà ti kó parẹ́ mọ́ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, àjẹbẹ́ ìrọ̀ pípọ̀ ìnáwó pé o, òdodo mo sọ fún yín yẹn o.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Ọ̀dà àti gbọ́ sà, àti gbọ́ yín sà, ẹ ṣe gan ni sà. Ẹ ṣe gan ni. Thank you sir. That is the reality. Fáwọn tí wọ́n ti rí. That's why I started this morning. Morimbe Yami Janet, thank you very much, and all our mothers from California, Moribugboyin, Alaja, Idiatu, and the rest. I haven't mentioned your name. I appreciate everyone. Levinati, don't stress yourself too much. I've delivered the message yesterday. There will be all kind of different things coming up, and I don't want us to be distracted. So I'm sure you'll get the message. One thing we've got to remember is our future of our one new. But I want to prepare. But not everybody. Baba 72 years old. So you can afford a pension. Kawa nínú ilé. Can make sure pé nínú heat to wà yẹn ke condition wà níbẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ pé òtútù ṣe máa wà nísìn, right? Nítorí pé nínú ilé wà kódà mo feel it, but tí bá ti tán níta nísìn, ó ti yín. Bí Nàìjíríà ṣe gbóná ẹ̀ náà, ẹ kí ló bàbá yẹn ní air condition. Kí a máa fún wọn ní allowance. But in tí Pastor Kebiorun sọ is right. How many of us now wants to volunteer to work at that Yoruba Central Office? How many people are ready to go and be trained? Not to be paid, Koko training for, and that's what they are doing. And we can replicate all that in different. Ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan ní pé ká má ní ọ́fíìsì ká pè ní Yoruba Central Office. Kò disturb gbogbo tá à ń ṣe náà lọ. Àwọn á máa bá tiyẹn lọ. Wọ́n máa prepare ground. A lè dá Yoruba Central Office ní Nàìjíríà. DSS máa lọ lé wọn mú. Pastor kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀la ni máa gbé program tí wọ́n wá. Látẹ̀ǹkan lèmi àti wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní bíbá. Òtọ́ jí wọn gbé. But tomorrow, I might talk about it. Because I want to get because he just sent me the message that he was kidnapped. Because he opened títí lánàá náà. And videos, evidence, and everything. We might discuss that tomorrow. So what Pastor Kebiorun is saying is, by now, right? I have said it in one of my broadcasts. I will say it again now. Kí ló cost wa ìlànà US ẹ lọ gba ọ́fíìsì kan. Volunteers náà la máa lò. Ẹni tó máa ṣe look, adẹ̀ ń ṣe pẹ̀tẹ́ pé gbogbo ọ̀gbẹ́ nílùú òyìnbó yìí náà. èmi ṣe voluntary services rí fún Amnesty International. I think when I first came into this country, kí ni mo dẹ̀ lọ ń bá wọn ṣe database wọn gbogbo fáìlì yẹn pọ̀ tó yìí 2 hours ni mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe ni tí bá ti débẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé fáìlì yẹn síbẹ̀ fáìlì yẹn ò kúrò níbẹ̀ because it's a big file. What they were doing is they were inputting the data on the system to create, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé wọ́n ti train mi tí bá ti débẹ̀ name address fún mo punch name and 2 hours mi bá ti pé because voluntary kìíní ni màá dìde wọ́n fún mi ní owó mọ́tò àti owó oúnjẹ I could remember níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. And it was once a week. So Tabani offices, be Yoruba Central Office one, which I'm gonna go there, in my pastor Kibiorun, when they called me, they wanted to do their launching and all that. I was out of the country, but now that I'm back, I will try and work a time with them, and I'm gonna show you. So that Tabani ni Canada, by now, at least I want to do to gbòógì tí a mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wà níbẹ̀ kò ń ṣe pé a lè replicate ẹ̀ náà ní Ghana ní South Africa and all these places kò ń ṣe pé kakọ̀ wà lórí WhatsApp group ẹlòmíì tẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ sọ́fíìsì pé kóhùn tẹ̀ wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ní office base gbogbo tí gbogbo wa fi connect nísìn on the dot orí bíbá yín ni o online tí tẹ bá kúrò lọ́dọ̀ mi nísìn ẹ ti lọ sọ́dọ̀ ẹlòmíì àtúgbọ́ tá bá kúrò lọ́dọ̀ ẹlòmíì àti lọ sọ́dọ̀ ẹlòmíì ní office base àwọn ṣe nígbà tí ẹ pé ẹ̀mọ́ tó yẹ ká ṣe àbí sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ ṣé kò make sense ni by now with office base kò bá jẹ́ ńlá la fẹ́ gbà ní kékeré ni from there we can start expanding àwọn ló máa mánẹ̀ àwa náà la máa mánẹ̀ olúkàlùkù ló máa sọjọ́ ẹni tó bá dé okay we have how many hours la fẹ́ fi ṣe ẹni tó fẹ́ bá wa ṣe night tó bá possible fún wọn kó lọ bá wa ṣe night kó wà níbẹ̀ kó má ní office telephone yẹn ṣúra ẹni tó ń pé okay wọ́n máa pé Yorùbá Central Office ní 2 o'clock lóru nítorí pé àmì àtẹ̀dúpẹ́ pé pàjáwìrì ti wà nísìn but for whatever reason pé àtẹ̀ need the support and need assistance wá pé ọ́fíìsì yẹn á lè tètè relay message yẹn padà sẹ́lòmíì ní office base kankan as far as I'm concerned yàtọ̀ sí Yorùbá Central Office tó ṣe so group kan làwọn yẹn iṣẹ́ táwọn ṣe nìyẹn then àwa ní àwọn tó máa tún wà lábẹ́lẹ̀ tí gbogbo yín tí mo ní láti máa ṣe explanation nìyẹn and we don't need people to come and call irú tí ìdàgbàsókè kọ̀ kó ta bàbá wa lára ni pé ká jáde kọ́ lọ ṣe this and that awareness làwọn fi ṣe we are doing awareness ó dẹ̀ ti yé gbogbo wa tí bá ti ná awareness nísìn ó ti yé wa awareness là ń bá lọ nísìn awareness yẹn ni ká gbé lọ bá wọn ní gbogbo gbèríko ó ti yé yín bó ṣe ń lọ I'm not gonna sit here and be telling you ẹ lọ ra AK-46 I'm not interested in all that gbogbo a máa ja ogun yẹn èmi sì mo sì stand on it nothing can change that but ogun ta fẹ́ jà ó ti yé gbogbo wa pé ní jagun kúrò yẹn àti à ń ṣeré pa ni à ń ṣe kí ni à ń ṣeré pa àìtí prepare láti lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn àǹjọ̀nú tó wà níbẹ̀ yẹn pẹ̀lú àwọn àǹjọ̀nú tó ready pé they are not going to allow us to go and the question is ṣé òyìnbó ló máa fún wa ní authority pé ká lọ ni tabalẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé òyìnbó fún wa authority let's declare Yorùbá nation kí ló ń bà wá lẹ́rù ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá kí ló ń bà wá lẹ́rù ká declare Yorùbá nation ká fún government ká declare Yorùbá nation ó máa dógún gbẹ̀yìn náà ni stand yẹn lèmi dúró lé but èmi kọ́ ni máa declare Yorùbá nation àwọn tó lè declare Yorùbá nation tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nísìn gbogbo Nàìjíríà máa ń wọ́n wà kò ń ṣe Kóìkì but tó bá declare Yorùbá nation máa tẹ̀lé wọn máa fún ọ̀dà full support ká declare Yorùbá nation tíjọba máa fẹ́ pín sí mẹ́ta kó pín sí mẹ́ta eré ipá ni gbogbo wa sì ń ṣe àìtífẹ́ lọ ẹ̀tì dáhùn tó máa jókòó 3 hours 4 hours ìyẹn lẹ́rù ká fi máa ṣe if that's what we want to be doing that's fine àwa máa bá yín ṣe but àwa kan dúró tán I don't know platform lèmi sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o I'm not talking on behalf of any media Kóìkì ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ I'm not talking about any media here now Kóìkì sọ pé a máa ja ogun ni without no crisis we're going nowhere báṣ a lè gbàdúrà lóòótọ́ ìdí tàdúrà fẹ́ fìsí ẹ̀mọ́ tàdúrà fẹ́ fìsí ó máa fìsí bígbà tí Soviet Union náà break ni àdúrà tá a fẹ́ gbà ni pé kí wàhálà yẹn kó má extend lọ púpọ̀ wọ́n ò lè pa gbogbo wa sẹ́ẹ̀ kò possible ni mo sọ wọ́n ò lè pa gbogbo wa bá a lọ jókòó síwájú number 10 Downing Street ká máa yàgbẹ́ síbẹ̀ ká máa ṣàìsùn síbẹ̀ wọ́n ní dá wa lóhùn but ìjọ tó bá ti gbọ́ awareness ó ti yé yín wọ́n máa kó àwọn tí wọn náà dé tó máa kọ́kọ́ evacuate àwọn kan lọ ná pé ó dà pé kìíní ó ti ń gbóná ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ but ṣé kó gbóná ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ táwa kan bá fẹ́ gbé kó gbóná àwọn kan tún dọmi tútù lé lórí àwọn tá a dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe kó gbóná. Do we have the resources? We haven't got the resources. And I'm not asking anybody for any resources. Don't give us any resources. Bó bá yá, ẹ̀yin lè máa wá wa ní resources. Last year November, Monica raised 100 million. Bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn tuntun jáde ó tún náà fẹ́ gbowó. That means àìtí ready nìyẹn. Kí la fẹ́ fi ṣe awareness? Tí bá ti ní awareness, ó ti yé yín. Kí la fẹ́ fi ṣe awareness? I need the paper, I need the sticker, I need the filler, I need the colour taṣọ. Gbogbo wa la máa jẹ breakfast last àtẹ̀mí náà ẹ̀rọ pé mo ní family níbẹ̀ àìtí ṣetán bóhùn wá ká lọ jókòó síwájú parliament ká máa ṣe rí gbogbo ìyẹn máa help ẹ má bínú ẹni tó ń pè direct yẹn again mo ti miss ẹ lè try again 806 ṣe rí tí awareness bá rinlẹ̀ dáadáa nílé ṣe rí gbogbo awareness àti campaign ti abroad ó máa dùn pa because ariwo tẹ́yìn máa bá wa pa ni pé hey Britain ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Awareness yẹn ti ń lọ o. Àwọn ṣètúbọ̀ wọ́n ní they will use police against us. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ lo police against us? Kò tí ì hit up dáadáa ní sẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣe sọ. Ṣé ní gbogbo wọ́n máa lo police wọ́n máa lo kinní kan yẹn tó bá hit débi tẹ́ ẹ kó hit dé táwọn awareness yẹn bá débi tẹ́ ẹ kó dé gbogbo yẹn ò ní lè wọ̀. Hello caller.
Hello Mr. Koiki.
Hello sir.
Hello.
Mo ń gbọ́ yín sir.
Mr. Koiki ẹjọ́ adé ìṣúná pé padà. Ṣé rí ẹ̀dà gbogbo tí èmi sọ ọmọ mi lẹ́jẹ̀ o ọmọ ló máa jẹ́ fún mi náà. Ṣé rí àwọn pípọ̀ yìí fẹ́? Ṣé rí wọ́n ti ní gbòǹgbò gan o. Gbogbo Yorùbá ńlá ti wọ́n ti gbogbo àwọn road safety union wọ̀nyí union yẹn àwọn náà máa dé sí wa o. Tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n máa ní kọ́ máa kó jáde pẹ̀lú wa. Torí Bọ́lá Tinubu ẹ̀kíṣẹ́ wọn tó rọ̀ o. Àwọn àkàtà gbogbo ẹ̀rù kí ẹ̀yọ́ pípọ̀ ìṣe ẹ̀yin náà máa sink pẹ̀lú wọn ni ẹ̀kọ́ bọ́ọ̀bù wọlé bọ́ọ̀bù ẹ̀kọ́ ń dókòwò wọlé. Tí wọ́n wọ̀ láàrin àwọn tó bá ti bọ́ọ̀bù yẹn ká fọwọ́ ẹ̀mí wọn pé àwọn bá bìrì wọn máa náwó yẹn lọ. Èmi lè ṣe tẹ máa fún mi ní bọ́ọ̀bù yẹn. Tẹ̀lẹ̀ tọ́lá ti péye báyìí lẹ́ máa fún mi máa jù máa kó sáà ni wọn máa wọṣọ
bàbá àgbàlagbà bá 70 nígbà tó mọ tó ń ṣe tó mọ̀ pé future tí àwọn fẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ graduate méjì tó wà lábẹ́ wọn ẹ má wọ́rì nípa gbogbo àwọn kan tẹ̀lé wa àwọn kan ìtì gbọ́ everybody ló máa gbọ́ táwọn awareness yẹn bá débi tó yẹ kó dé everybody wà láìtàláì símọ́ bíláì tí bàbá Akíntóyè bá jáde tó bá declare Yorùbá nation the whole world máa mì ní declare Yorùbá nation kí ló kò sí tó ń bọ̀ lókè tí ilé ògbà kò sí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n máa tún máa fi pàtàn ni pé àwọn ilé tún sán lórí àwọn ń ṣe yẹn kí bàbá yẹn jáde nísìn kó declare Yorùbá nation 24 hours máa lọ tẹ̀lé bàbá yẹn máa wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ wá yànjú gbogbo wa ni kí bàbá yẹn declare Yorùbá nation nísìn the first available flight máa mú kúrò nílùú yìí àfikọ́ dá mi dúró lọ́nà ká fa wàhálà àwa kan ti ready àwọn kan ti ready and all they are doing is they play pranks with us lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation wọ́n fagùn because àwọn kan fẹ́ make owó lórí ẹ̀ not now maybe in the future ká ó declare Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ nísìn gbogbo tá à ń ṣe ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ bá citizen ay à ń ṣeré ọwọ́ ni hello ay àbí ay kọ́ nìyẹn no okay Mr. Yomi
ay náà ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà ṣe rí àwọn èèyàn wa ò tí ṣe tán our people are not ready or let me put it this way let me say there are people enslaved who understand.
ṣé nígbà tó yìnbó ń bọ̀ wá fún amalgamation ṣé wọ́n consult gbogbo wa àwa náà máa ní láti consult wọn release statement Yorùbá nation declaration tẹ̀ ní láti fún wọn ní extension ìjọ tẹ bá ti release statement yẹn ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ máa mi gbigbigbigbi ní àti fọ́ gbogbo gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìyẹn but wọ́n ní ká máa ṣe díẹ̀ diplomacy máa pẹ́ diplomacy ó máa ń pọ̀ gan.
ṣe rí àwọn èèyàn mi ò understand ṣe rí nígbà tí Rome táwọn Roman tí wọ́n colonize Britain country from Britain. I understand. More Great country Britain. Great Britain. Nígbà tó invade Wales because wọ́n kọ́kọ́ invade England kó tó invade Wales. Nígbà tó invade Wales, wọ́n create Wales. Wales was a country.
I declare Yoruba nation. Táwa ti declare Yoruba nation. Ultimatum ni bó bá fi gbowó sílẹ̀. Tá ti declare nation tiwa. Àwọn ilé bá Benin Republic lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ni. Let's have Benin Republic because àwa náà ti dìlú nìyẹn àti the nation. Àti the nation. Ẹ wá rí àwọn tẹ́rí àwọn tí ẹni tí rẹ̀ gbọ́ mi ay. Ṣé wá rí gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ní wọ ọ̀rẹ́dì yẹn. Èrì bọ́ ṣe máa rú bọ́ta. Energy máa yàtọ̀. Gbogbo títì máa ọlọ́pàá gan máa sáré bọ́ ṣọlá.
Yeah, sharing all these things is possible. Can you pay?
Àdìdárúkọ kó bá declare Yorùbá nation ní sí wọ́n ti ń tọwọ́ for broadcast. Àìtí declare ẹ ṣe sùúrù. Èmi kọ́ ni máa declare. Èmi kàn ń sọ pé kọ́ declare ni. Ẹgbẹ́ òsókè.
Yeah, so another advice say you must so with advantage to
ẹbí sùúrù bàbá mi ẹ máa fi padà torí àwọn tó bá ń pè láti Nàìjíríà a máa fún wọn ní preference over ẹni tó wà ní UK. Ẹgbẹ́ òsókè direct call láti location 9. Ẹgbẹ́ òsókè yeah. Àmín. Ẹ ṣe gan ni sá. Ọ̀dà àpọ̀ fẹ́ kí wa ni. Ẹ jẹ́ n tó padà lọ sí Abẹ́òkúta. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ay máa pè yín padà. Ok Abẹ́òkúta yẹn ẹ jẹ́ n lọ sí Abẹ́òkúta padà. Kí ló ń bà wá lẹ́rù gan tá à ń sẹ Yorùbá lọ́gbọ́n ọ̀la ní mọ̀tà ní tá a fẹ́ lò. 2016 mo fẹ́ lọ mú átíkù yẹn jáde. 2016 ni Prophet Tibetan lọ sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa break just as so many people have said the same thing. So ìjọ ọ̀la wa fẹ́ yẹ kó break. Ṣé à ń dúró kóyìnbó wá bá wa break ẹ̀ ni? Òyìnbó ló máa wá bá wa break Nàìjíríà. Ó bá wọn kan lọ máa protest yẹn máa work when awareness has gone to where we want it to be. Ẹ jẹ́ n padà sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ay níbí báyìí. Mo fẹ́ fi átíkù yẹn wọ̀nyí ni o. Èmi náà ṣe come across ẹ̀ ni o. Nigeria will break up Prophet Tibetan as he released his alarm in 2016 prediction. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ n padà lọ sí Abẹ́òkúta again. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ay. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè láti Abẹ́òkúta lọ́hùn.
Hello, Mr. Koiki ẹ kú ètò.
Ètò nìyẹn, ẹ káàbọ̀.
Ẹ dẹ̀ kú ìtẹ̀sí. Ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Yín pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ àkọ́tà tí ì ṣe. Lọ́run Olódùmarè á máa fi okun àti agbára fún yín sí. À á ṣàṣeyọrí, a lè máa dé ilẹ̀ ìlérí láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà bọ́ta kan a máa débẹ̀. Nọ́mbà 1 nǹkan tí mo kọ́ fẹ́ sọ, mo bi àwọn bàbá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ àgbà wọ́n ní àgbà ò kì í wà lọ́jà kí orí ọmọ tuntun wọ́. Àwọn kankan wà ní ìsìn láàrin àwa Yorùbá tó ń lọ lábẹ́lẹ̀ kí àwọn àgbààgbà tó yẹ kí wọ́n dìde sí kí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ohùn wa kó ṣọ̀kan. Nọ́mbà 1 nìyẹn. Nọ́mbà 2 lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bólè togun bólè dìjà kó dìjà ẹ ti sọ ní ìsìnkú àwọn kan wà kí wọ́n lè kéde Yorùbá nation ní orílẹ̀-èdè location 9 nìyẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n bọ́ síta kí wọ́n kéde. Mo ń sọ fún yín àwọn kan wà tí wọn ò láǹfààní sí bí àwa ṣe ń gbọ́ prógráàmù yín lójoojúmọ́ tó yẹ pé ẹ̀ ń wọ gẹ́gẹ́ bíi pé wọn ò support Yorùbá nation tó yẹ pé tí ọ̀pá ń bá fọ́lé ní ìgbà yẹn lè má mọ̀ pé wọ́n support. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ wípé àwọn èèyàn ò sí lẹ́yìn Yorùbá nation ìgbà náà la máa mọ̀ wípé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ máa bẹ́ tó bọ̀.
Sherry, look at this article. 20. Mo kàn come across it, while I was doing my research before coming on air. Ọlọ́run ti sọ fún wa pé ó máa pín. So kí la wa ènìyàn wa ń dúró tá là ń dúró dè gan-an. Ọlọ́run fúnra rẹ̀ Elédùmarè ni Ọbàtálá ni Muhammed ni Jésù Kristi ni gbogbo yín náà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ríran ẹni ẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà máa pín kí la wá ń bẹ̀rù fún. Kí ni ìbẹ̀rù yẹn? Kí ni ìbẹ̀rù tá à ń bẹ̀rù fún? Kí ni ìbẹ̀rù tá à ń bẹ̀rù fún? ìdí tí gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe ń rí bó ṣe rí náà nìyẹn tó bá ti declare Yorùbá nation everybody ti mọ̀ pé òun ò sí lábẹ́ Nàìjíríà kankan mọ́ ẹni ọlọ́pàá tó. ẹ jẹ́ ń ra ṣáà ẹ jẹ́ múlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ fílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ti yé nǹkan tí mo mean tá bá ti declare nation àwọn ò ní láti ní kọ́ agree pẹ̀lú àwa náà ti declare nation ni tá bá ti declare nation yẹn then a ti wà on a free will ṣe rí gbogbo ìbẹ̀rù tó wà láàrin àwọn ọmọ yẹn ẹ máa rí táwọn máa display gidi bọ̀ Fúlàní ń wò wá báyìí pé orí wọn Yorùbá politician ń wò wá pé ẹ ríran the first available flight ní gbogbo máa mú jáde àwa táwa wọ̀ on ground nìkan la máa wá mọ̀ pé yes àti ready pẹ̀lú àwọn tiwọn náà tó bá sọ bá nígbà but àwọn tó à ń rò pé wọlé fún àwọn kan náà yẹn wọ́n máa ya dànù rẹpẹtẹ kirikirikirikirikirikiri bàbá kí tó yẹ kọ́ release pé kò ní selection ẹ wo gbogbo ohun tó dá sílẹ̀ within 48 hours pé kò ní selection lè kí tàtọ̀ ṣu ẹ wo ohun tó dá sílẹ̀ within 48 hours. ẹni a ní di nọ́mbà sí Nàìjíríà ṣé Yorùbá ní gbogbo ṣé ègún ní gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé pẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àìtí rẹ́dì sẹ́ ẹ̀ sábà rẹ́dì mo sọ fún yín èmi ti wo the last kingdom yẹn tán bí àyìn ló ń jẹ́ kí n tún fire up díẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn dágbére fún àwọn páwọn ń bọ̀ tó bá ti délùú ẹ̀wẹ̀ tó bá ọyán mútu ẹ̀ nìyẹn but n táwọn èèyàn wá fẹ́ ni pé ká máa wá báyìí people are on ground already ẹni tó wà pẹ̀lú wa tá bá ti declare nation problem tiẹ̀ nìyẹn a máa align we don't have to let everybody carry along with us kó lè possible and moreover kò ń ṣàwà ṣẹ́rí tá a bá declare right àti dá sùúrùtù sílẹ̀ àwọn Biafra náà máa pè táwọn lè ti declare àwọn náà máa wo ohun táwọn fẹ́ ṣe táwọn lè ti declare instruction làwọn máa fún àwọn èèyàn nísìn nìyẹn ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n máa sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ jáde mo sọ fún yín pé kò ń ṣe Netflix là ń ṣe kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe movie wọn kàn ní ìjọba wà nílùú òyìnbó lè ṣe ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ I just dey laugh when people dey talk like that ó kàn máa ń pa mí lẹ́rìn ni ìlú òyìnbó tí mo ti wà for 23 years kí ló wà nílùú òyìnbó ilẹ̀ ti ṣú nísìn gbogbo ti bá tàn kámẹ́rà mi nísìn sí ojú window mi nísìn 4 o'clock 4 ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ lù lọ́dọ̀ wa ilẹ̀ ti gbogbo ẹ̀ ti dúdú wáín ó ti dúdú páín ó ti dúdú páín tó bá fẹ́ jáde á jẹ́ pé o láti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ nìyẹn tó fẹ́ fi make owó ìlú tí a ti gbé for 23 years bí àwọn tó ṣe dé ṣá o àbí àwọn tó ṣe ń gbádùn ìlú òyìnbó I have lived there for 23 years adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run ṣá but we are ready if the declaration comes true ẹ mọ̀ bóyá àwọn kan ready níta bí àwọn kan ready. Ibo ló ti ń dún ìwo ló ń dún bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé lè lọ okay there's still one of my phone okay àbúṣà ń vibrate látẹ̀ nǹkan sometimes it could be message so anyway ó ti yé gbogbo wa ibi tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ dé àti ibi tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ dé àgbàlagbè ló ń bọ̀ ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn mi ẹ jẹ́ n kúrò lórí. àwọn èèyàn mi ló pè mí lẹ́yìn I don't know. I don't know. But in tèmi mọ̀ lèmi kàn sọ. I might be wrong. You don't have to agree with me on that. Yeah, no Koiki, no. Máyì ká lọ declare o. Ìyẹn ọ̀dà o. Ẹ mọ̀ pé a máa mọ̀ jura wa lọ. Wọ́n lè máa ní ẹni tó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ, ó yàtọ̀ sí ẹni tó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé báyìí máa ń sọ pé nìyẹn. Ẹni tó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ, ó yàtọ̀ sí ẹni tó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ wo là ń sọ, ọ̀rọ̀ wo là ń gbọ́. A ní Nàìjíríà òṣìṣẹ́ kò work fún wa. Kí la tún fi gbọ́ jù yẹn lọ. Bọ́ ṣe fi gbọ́ okay ṣé UN ta lọ kọrin sí ta lọ Yorùbá ìdí United Nations gbẹ́ngbẹ́ngbẹ́ mo sọ fún yín pé à ń díbọ́n ni à ń díbọ́n ẹ mọ̀ tó ń pè ní à ń díbọ́n mo sọ fún yín pé 76 General Assembly hello yeah.
From Nigeria.
Yeah.
Hello.
Mo ń gbọ́ yín.
Grandson àti ilé gbórúkọ ìwà ìwà ìwé olówó kéde kan. Mo gbọ́ mo wo íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì mo wo kíní lé ní Facebook. Ó ní bàbá yẹn Ibo ni kíní kan Ibo ni. Kó o jẹ́ Ibo kó o jẹ́ Kàlàbá kó o jẹ́ Nìkẹ́. Òun fẹ́ gbà wá lẹ̀ lóko ẹrú báyìí ni. Àwa ti gbà pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ pẹ̀lẹ́sẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú àpò ìdíjọ́ ń gbọ́dọ̀ mi.
Mo ń gbọ́ sà.
Ó ní Kóìkì ìyá ẹ̀ Ibo kíní kan gbogbo ẹ̀yẹ́ òkan wá. Ẹ̀tọ́ gbà wá lè làwọn gbà tó kọ ẹrú pàṣẹ òun làwọn mọ̀. Ìwọ làwọn mọ̀ dẹ̀ mi ò tètè mọ̀ láti ẹ̀rẹ̀ mi ṣẹ̀bẹ̀ sí ń gbọ́ bórógàmù yìí yìí. Mo dẹ̀ ti ń tó gbogbo tó gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀ tó pàfọ́ọ̀mù. Ìwọ kan náà ló yọ ẹ́ ọ̀bà parí mọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo ọlọ́run ló yọ ẹ́ tó ọlọ́run ló mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n fẹ́ máa ṣe lè mi ń sọ fún yín yìí sẹ́.
No problem.
Ṣé wọ́n wípé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ kàmpéènì yìí sẹ́?
Ní láti fi gbẹnu ní láti fi gbẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá mi. No problem. All right. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá. Bàbá kàn tẹnu mọ́rọ̀ tí wọ́n ní jàre. Bàbá tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. Ó yẹ bá a ṣe ní kíákíá ká gbé tó ìwà sí.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Ẹgbẹ́ iṣẹ́ kíákíá ká lè gbé tí ìwọ̀n lẹ̀.
Ọ̀dọ̀ tẹ̀sí mo tẹ̀sí pé ẹ̀rí program wo bá yẹ sọ lẹ́yìn pé mo kàn tẹ̀ try ní kí n lọ́ọ́ gbé àpò àwọlé. Ẹ kọ́ lẹ̀ sá. Ẹ wo Mr. Koiki. Ẹ ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ ní pé ẹ̀yin tó mọ̀ ń sọ ẹ̀yin tó mọ̀ ń gbọ́. Wàhálà dàlẹ́ ti láwà. Ẹ ti ń sọ yẹn láti last year pé ìlú yẹn àwọn Fúlàní wọn ò fẹ́ ọwọ́ tó rọ̀ ọwọ́ tó le ní. Everybody mọ̀ but à ń parọ́ pé Yorùbá àbẹ̀kú kalẹ̀ fẹ́ gbádùn lù. So báyẹ̀ sọ pé ìlú táwọn sáwá ní ìgbà yìí tó wọn bá jẹ́ àwọn freedom yìí tí mo ṣe àwọn náà máa sáwá sí ìgbà yìí. Ó tẹ̀ mọ́ pé orí táwọn gbà ọ́ tó ta tẹ̀sákúrò lé àgbẹ̀fọ́lọ́ wọn ọba. Àwọn á ń sìn ojú wa ti ṣe ojú ti là ẹ̀kẹ́ tì mí tí wọn ọba ẹ ti ní tí àbágbé everybody wa ká para pọ̀ pé abẹ́ ṣe wá lẹ̀ òkè o. Abẹ́ fight pé aládìpẹ̀ tó ti sẹ̀ àkórè lọ́tẹ́ ní ìwé ẹ̀ ok ẹni kí bàbá kọ́ kékeré foundation ẹ̀yìn sì ẹ pé ẹ ti ṣe tán àwọn mẹ́rin lẹ́pọ̀ tó ti ṣe tán tẹ̀yìn bọ̀ abẹ́kọ̀ fún ẹlẹ́rìí pé o ti ṣe tán bàbá gbogbo ya àti rédíò ọmọ àdáyé tí kọ́tà tó that's Yorùbá nìyẹn pẹ̀lú àwọn pé ọ̀tẹ̀ ń sọ ọ̀tẹ̀ tó mọ̀ pé ìlú yẹn ọmọ ìjà ní àdé escape ẹ̀ ọmọ akó freedom ọmọ akó freedom àwọn tó bá ń pọ̀ lọ́ máa bí country ọmọ tó lù ṣe fún pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ máa fún àníyàn nation yẹn àtọ́nà wa ni àwọn àlọ́dà British láti àmì years up to there yẹ́n pé olórí ẹrú máa fẹ́ pé ẹrú kò dàbí ẹ̀wù kò fẹ́ ẹrú kò dàbí ẹ̀wù meanwhile àdékà ọmọ Yorùbá wa náà ló padà ìlú yẹn jẹ Yorùbá ló padà ìlú yẹn jẹ.
Gbogbo yẹn láti mọ bàbá Yorùbá ló padà jẹ.
Bàbá Ṣíṣọ́lẹ̀ Ìgbòho tó wà níbẹ̀ ní public Yorùbá ló wà behind there ẹni Fúlàní ilẹ̀ níbẹ̀. Bọ́tà bá ti rẹ́dí tó pé a ti ṣe tán wàhálà ìjọba àlẹ́ kò pẹ́ àwọn ọkọ̀ ẹbí ẹ̀ táwọn wọlé yá
maximum 1 month.
mo ti rẹ́dí wọ́n fẹ́ sí wọn ọmọ máa bẹ̀rù ọkọ̀ pé ẹ lọ́ bọ̀ yìí o.
Tó yásìkò ní ẹ ṣe gan ni láti Germany bàbá mi Mr. Lekan. Mo ka comment yẹn kan ní pé we have ìṣẹ́rí mo lè tún pariwo yẹn ẹgbẹ́ bá ti ń pè bá mute mo máa ń sọ yẹn because ó wà frustrating ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń pè wá ẹ bá mute background it could be very very frustrating when we get people calling and hello caller.
Hello Mr. Koiki ẹ kú iṣẹ́ well gbogbo àgbọn ọ dùn mí pé orí platform orí WhatsApp orí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà láti lè máa sọ ọ̀nà gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ pé kò sí ọ́fíìsì sí mi.
Nígbà tí ọ́fíìsì bá wà tàbá lọ́fíìsì ẹ tó bá tẹ̀ wá sọ́fíìsì gan bí a máa gbé wo wá síbẹ̀ ẹ tó bá fi kọ́kọ́ bá àwọn sùn kankan àkọ́kọ́ búra níbẹ̀.
3 days in a week èmi ní 3 days in a week ẹ fún mo fún yìí.
Kò sẹ́ni tó níṣẹ́ we must have offices and offices àti operate gbogbo ta ṣe operate ní sí ìyẹn la ṣe ń ṣe phone line fáwọn èèyàn kan pè. Eric, it's just so that I can get the view but offices bá wà you know, ẹni tó bá tẹ̀ fi ṣe jàǹbá àbí ìwo àkọ́kọ́ pé àjọ fi búra nínú bẹ̀ àmọ́ pé ẹ̀hẹ́n ìtajọ́ ń sọ ẹ ti understand. I mean, I'm just emphasizing on that. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. I mean, you need offices to operate.
Boston mo ti ń pè.
Ìbọ̀lẹ̀ ti ń pè.
A ní Yorùbá kọ.
Houston.
Boston.
Okay.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
Massachusetts.
America long.
Mo ní àwọn Yorùbá community kan wà nígbà yìí wọn ti bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ much nípa wọn wà convince nípa ìlànà ideals. Mo try láti convince wọn.
No, sẹ́rí ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé fún wọn tí bá láǹfààní àti bá wọn ẹni kíyàn kankan má sọ pé òun wà convince kò wà convince lórí group kan. Àwọn tó pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan nísìnyí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dádì mi ọkùn mi pastor kébí ọ̀hún àwọn ṣe bí offices kind of method làwọn fẹ́ lò. We all have different method and I've said it, Nigeria is a big elephant. We want to kill it from different angles. So àwọn kan ní láti agree pẹ̀lú line tẹ́mi fẹ́ lọ yìí but tó bá dójú ẹ̀ line táwọn lò yẹn ó máa align pẹ̀lú tiwa náà ni ẹ ti get point mi nísìnyí. So not literally because already there's ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ṣá.
Mo gbọ́ yín mo ṣẹ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀sìn gbọ́ ní
okay anyway mo ti gbọ́ nǹkan tẹ̀sẹ̀ send number yẹn kárí wọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó náà wà convince pẹ̀lú ìlànà.
Ṣe tó máa fún yín ní nọ́mbà wọn
I'll speak to them.
Òun ni ẹ̀ẹ́dì wọn níbí báyìí ní Yorùbá community wa right so ẹni bí pé bàbá Akíntóyè is too old for the strong. Bàbá Akíntóyè ògìlè wọn ìsì kọ́ ọmọ pé ogun ní kíní máa di ogun ló máa di
I don't think it's too old. Using the word is too old. I think what we are not doing is we are not giving him all the support that he needs.
Support again.
What? Do you want the 86-year-old man to come out and go and do the fighting? No. So and there are some things that we cannot say on the air. We all know that. But about John Barawa sọ̀rọ̀ nínú offices. Okay. Step onika take, ìgbésẹ̀ onika gbé, logistic wo la máa need níbẹ̀ yẹn, you know, and all that. This man can, do you expect this man? Irú èmi ní sèmi, èmi wà ajá dáadáa, a lè move around, a lè ṣe this, a lè ṣe that. Tó bá pè mí ní Manchester nísìnyí, tó bá ti san owó train mi, kò síbi tẹ́ bá pè mí sí tẹ́ bá ní Kóìkì máa bọ̀ nísìnyí, máa wọ train, máa wá bá yín níbẹ̀. Tí bá ti mọ̀ pé interface ṣe yẹn, purpose Yorùbá nation ni nǹkan, ẹ ti understand? An 86-year-old man, you know, what he's doing is the best, he's leading us. What we need to do is give him the backing and have all the generals around him, you know, and he has a lot of people under him as well. And people don't have to agree with Ilano. People don't have to agree with Global Directorate. You don't have to agree with KOIKIMEDIA. But one thing is, we all agree is, Nigeria must break. Abibeko.
Because we need funding. You understand? That's the reason why we have to convince people. We need funding. You know what I mean? So you say these are people who can fund. They have where we do. They can.
All right. Fund. We need to speak to them, connect them to the right point. All right. No problem.
Funding. I'm planning to bring you to Boston. I want you to come and spend some time here.
Maybe right? Okay. First of all, the next so Tabara on sponsor, and like I said, you know, I mean, I'll be in US, you know, as quickly as I can. And we can start connecting the dots. You know, that's all I can say. Because we can't say everything even on the phone. You know, we can't say everything on the phone. All right. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ support Koiki pé kó wá sí America nínú ọdún yìí, reach out. You know, it doesn't take much, you know, just a flight ticket. I'll apply for the visa and then boom, we're out there and we'll be in America very soon. And we can tour America and then we can do so many things. I think we should do that as well. All right, Eshegon Egbomi, all the way from Boston. Let's come again back to UK. I mean, like I said, that is my view as a platform. I know there's a war in Nigeria. You don't have to agree with me that there's war. Our job now is to defend that war that might unleash on us this year. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Mr. Yolo ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti London.
Go ahead. Láti London.
Ẹ kú ètò, ẹ kú ìyànjú, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìlú náà ṣe.
Àwọn ni ẹ sọ.
Mr. Koiki, mo ní àkíyèsí kan.
Okay.
Ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kínní dáadáa, gbogbo ara gbóríyìn fún nígbà fún yín sọ̀pọ̀. Adeshiwa, because some of Yoruba they were options in relation to me. Now, in what notice to deal with the home participation, Mr. Koiki, Olóyè Sunday Igboho wà níbi tó wà yẹn. Legacy wọn, ó yẹ kó carry on ni. Ó máa sú ìjọba location 9 àbí kí la ń porúkọ wọn. Ó máa sú wọn. Gbogbo wa jẹ́ ká make move. Irú ẹ̀yin tó ẹ pé ẹ̀sùn Olóyè Sunday Igboho nígbà tí movement yẹn lọ. Ó yẹ kí ẹ make effort láti make sure pé group yẹn voice yẹn ò die. Ṣé o ti tán? Kò sí nǹkan tó ń tẹ́ táwọn bá ti wà violent táwọn ṣe kankan.
Ǹjẹ́ you mọ̀ pé majority of the money that we were spending was coming out from Chief Sunday Igboho? It's personal money.
Okay, yeah.
So no. So if somebody that was spending his own personal money is now held up somewhere, and now the funding to run what intends so chief will know for each time what rally, his own personal money. I said personal money. I don't have that kind of money. Right? So if the money that we were spending, because people think that to mobilize even 5 people, you need to have money. Kamaiti was 100 and people of that. So if the person that was spending that money is not even available to give us that fund, to operate as we were operating. I remember Gbogbo intern in Diaspora when I was in Nigeria, plus those that were supporting as well, apart from those that wanted to knock us off as quickly as possible because of their own, selfish interest. Yeah.
Agitation for Yoruba nation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, but because when you don't have a central office that can produce the money for him, and people wanted to
understand point Lori central office. But if at this very stage, I feel we are right to have our own republic.
Yeah.
If at this stage, the only party don't finance movement is Olóyè Sunday Igboho. Not of me and shit on here.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about offices and the account up to now. Nobody have an account. So, I mean, these are part of the problem as well. There's no doubt about it. I gotta be honest.
At this stage, Olóyè Sunday Igboho wà ní the republic.
Yeah.
Kò sí movement money Nigeria. If other people in fair achieve, because that is silent movement here.
Oh yeah, definitely. What that it because they've been able to slash this movement in Nigeria, by more than half. Yeah.
About the social media, sorrow. But then we are backed up with action, so we're ongoing back home. So the budget funding, we could get movement go ahead because target no election in Nigeria.
Funding is the major part of it. When there's a funding, then other strategic will go along with in line with it. So
there's no more awareness.
It's just the beginning. I'm not here to sit down and get a bad energy. So I'm gonna leave it that way. Especially I have my own instinct and my own spirit as well. So I don't sit on the broadcast for almost 3 hours. I mean, yes, people have the view to look at it from different angles. But I have given all the necessary information on how we must be able to hold the government, accountable for the genocide, the crime against humanity, all the pain that they are making us to go through. Especially our Tawanita. In pain. We are more in big pain as well. Go ahead, my brother as well that I've just called us as well. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Jerry, Mr. Koiki, the thing is, Jerry, man, to put like I think ready, I mean, or something. If he can organize what she wants and say, he can say, okay, our man that believe in the Gashi office. All the life believe in the Gashi, I need the office with him over you. So I don't have to. So you don't have to be waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. You know, if you believe it and you sleep and you dream about it, you should also make a move and say, right, this is what we are going to do. Technology by incorporate more, you know, she better go look at that with. Watch out, I saw the wall, why walk, but you know, they went and they did the thing. So the man should go ahead and do the thing. So, and don't put that in Boston, America. Nobody needs convincing now at all. Whether they like it or so look at they stopped one way or the other. If you think you don't care now, you will definitely care when the time comes. You know? So nobody will change them. But affect you. That's why they all say, I want to buy a you don't want to fund it. Don't ever post it. They cannot now come. The foundation, because he cannot be sitting there and saying, because I don't believe in it, now that we have not gotten the nation, you want to now be saying, possible now. So, go and do it. I need the offices in Singapore. So, let's collect this. Let's put the laptop call. We make it. Come on, receive call. Bye. But I don't know Professor Akitoye ti dàgbà. Báwo ni yóò dàgbà jù? Ṣẹ̀rí báwọn ṣe ń ṣe tiwọn. Àwọn ṣáà ń ṣe tiwọn wọ̀ ṣáà wá bá yín pé báà la rẹ̀ ṣe kí ní kò kìkọ́. He is doing what he can do. You too be doing what you can do to meet, so you meet at a point. Ẹ yóò máa dúró de bàbá pé bàbá ló máa ní pé kí ní kan. No, you collect office, you organize people, you fund this one. Find America long way. Find 10, 20 people that believe in it. Fund a project. Pekini pen. To ma impactful pekini pen. Why àwọn èèyàn tó wà lé ẹ fund wọn. Owó rẹ̀ sọ pé nípa níta pekini pen. Àwọn tó wà sọ ní pé ìkọ̀wéṣẹ̀ tó wá pé láti Amẹ́ríkà tó ń wo sí ìwà lọ pekini pen. Ṣé kò ẹ̀kọ́ sọ pé ta 100,000 kọfí lóde fóònù. Pekini pen. We cannot be doing my Professor Bajaj Kita yẹn náà put down. Bọ́ọ̀dù àgbàjọ furniture. He's doing what he can do. You do your own little things. So the little thing that we do over accumulate. So then you come over to America. Nobody spend $1,000. That $1,000 can do a lot. So if you won't spend $1,000, you won't spend $100, you won't spend $50. They might go back for they dedicate and say every week this is the target. That's the more I will buy. I will buy later to the grassroots. So what are they doing? If you give someone that is at home, when you call a grassroots awareness campaign, $1,000, so come on, I want to Mr. Professor Bajaj for don't wait for anybody. They should not even wait for you to talk. When I got to my ship, go to my ship, go to the ship. To manage spare money, I'll be over only owó tó lè fún your cover later. But can you make cover and cover ship for it's towards that thing. People are not I don't pay or dream about it enough. Because to dream about it enough. Give me idea you go to my share what's one up or what is the mass of one now? That's what we need. Because don't pay Yoruba here. I want to ship idea what's one up or what they shit, what they implement it. So if you go and implement
to that second, I'm going to let my brother go. To be honest, I'm already tired. I got to be honest, as much as we want to continue to take calls. But one thing I want us to remember is there are a lot of things that different groups can initiate quickly and execute. You don't have to come through KOIKIMEDIA. But I can at least direct you and say, àwọn eléyìí o, a mọ̀ wọ́n, ẹ deal pẹ̀lú wọn directly. That I can confirm we have it. And I'm sure you all know what I mean. Does not mean that, oh, we have to fund the Koiki and all that. Maybe that, no. I'm not talking about that. I know some people are prepared for me to go through that route. November, I was up I need 100 million. And 100 million local for the awareness to start by quarter of this year. That means by March. Tabati raise the and roll out. Boom, awareness, sticker. In grassroots. Oh, coming now. KOIKIMEDIA, oh boy, again, no. If you want to see color shade. And all we can do is, like I said at the beginning of my broadcast yesterday, we work with every group, regardless of wherever you are in the world. We have a lot of people on the ground that have been mobilized. And people know themselves. One more, sorry. But the only thing is, I know more than anybody. I was physically on ground, especially with Chief Sunday IGBOHO. So I know. I spent 7 months in Nigeria. And that's why I said, even town combat offend because of what we carry to the Yoruba nation, let's move swiftly. Rally can still go ahead. And I'm sure you know that this time around, before I close it, fẹ́yìntì mi tẹ́ wà nílé, ẹ lọ dira ògùn dáadáa. Ẹ bá wọn tí mo sọ. Ẹ lọ ṣe kí ni? Ẹ lọ dira tìbílẹ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ lọ ṣe kí ni mo sọ? Ẹ lọ dira tìbílẹ̀ dáadáa. Tó bá ti dì í, tún dì. Lọ sínú agboolé yín, lọ béèrè pé òṣàwo náà ń ṣe ní agboolé yín gangan níbi tí bàbá ẹ̀ ti wá, kó lọ fún ní nǹkan tó ń jẹ. Whether you are Christian or Muslim, I don't give a toss. Ẹ padà lọ. Àwọn tó bá sì jẹ́ lórí bàbá yín nílé, ẹ lọ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. A fẹ́ dira ni. Ẹ jẹ́ kó dì dáadáa bí ọkùnrin. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe kí ni? Ẹ jẹ́ kó dì yín lára bí ọkùnrin. Because you could be the person that will rescue us that we don't know. The reason why tí ẹ ṣe ń bẹ̀rù ni pé ẹ tí dira dáadáa tó. A gbọ́ nínú àwọn ìwé ìtàn láwọn tó mọ ìtàn dáadáa, torí mi ò mọ̀ ìtàn dáadáa lọ títí. But ìta gbọ́ ni pé táwọn àwọn warriors wa táwọn pè ní warriors tó bá jáde tó ń lọ kódà wọ́n bí ẹlòmíì ìdákó wojú wọn. Kí ni mo sọ? Wọ́n bí bàbá ńlá ẹlòmíì dá tó máa fi lọ tó máa fi padà. The reason why you are all fearful is we have glued to the online broadcast, which is very good. You have now got everything you need. Now go back. Ẹ lọ so ṣòkòtò yín dáadáa. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Mùsùlùmí ni ẹ náà ni, tó bá wà nínú Quran, fún kúṣì, ẹ lọ dì dáadáa. Tó bá dẹ̀ pé Bible ló mọ̀ ń lò ní, ẹ lọ dì dáadáa. That's where I will leave it tonight. Because ilẹ̀ ti ṣú lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, as far as I'm concerned. Aago 4, gbogbo ẹ̀ ti dúdú wáhùn. Ẹ lọ dira dáadáa. Tá bá dira dáadáa tán, tá confirm pa dira dáadáa tán, tẹ́bi bá ń sọ̀rọ̀, message yẹn á tètè máa wọ ara yín. Àwọn tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà kọ́ ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. àwọn tó wà ní US kan ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ní Canada ní UK àwọn yẹn kọ́ ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ tó bá gbọ́rọ̀ yìí ẹ ní Kóìkì ó sọ lórí iṣu ẹ̀ pé ẹ lọ dira dáadáa. ẹ lọ tún ara yẹn dì dáadáa. And that will make the job easy for every one of us. And I'm sure you all understand. That's the way sorry. Yoruba ni wa now. I mean, and these things are there to protect us. And it's there for us to defend ourselves. And we will defend ourselves. I might defend our against the Fulani that wants to kill us, using what belongs to our great grandfathers. A very good evening. Thank you very much once again. My name is Olami Koiki. Hashtag Twitter. Wiki. We're gonna do one Twitter broadcast. We'll probably do it as soon as I get things put together. We'll go tweeting all day, tweeting, bombarding. That is good, especially for those of us outside. Twitter, our Twitter warrior, our new internet. Last all the page it alone, tweeted. But ain't there one illy? Tibani kelo di dara ẹ lọ ṣògùn gidi bí a ò gbọ́n kan tí mo ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ lọ ṣe ògùn gidi ẹ lọ dira ẹ lọ jàmàlà tewédú pé inú ọdún yìí kọ́ má bàa kó bá wọ ní kí wọ́n ṣe lọ dira dáadáa torí pé ìwọ ló máa protect ẹlòmíì torí àwọn tí ìwọ ń wò yẹn àmọ́ àbọ̀dé ìwọ lọ dira kó lọ jàmàlà tewédú dáadáa. Yes. Have a very good evening. Bye for now.
Iṣẹ́ ọ̀nà ń bẹ kákó ni mọ́ra kákó nílé káyé ní sí. Tútù tó yọ bí lápò òwe ìbáwí òwe ìkìlọ̀ òwe ìwúrí ọ̀rọ̀ bá sọnù àkàlò èdè ń kọ́ ibi gíga.
She said,